It's a 2 and a 3, as Dan mentioned, and this game the stakes have not been higher for either team so far in these playoffs. Win tonight and get right up beside the greatest trophy in sport.
Stanley Cup Final, first time ever. Four games with four
score early, and Vegas will win because Vegas has won Game 1, Game 3. Carolina has won 2 and 4. It's Vegas' turn to win and take a 3-2 lead in the series.
Vegas and Carolina coughed up leads in the first couple of games, and the team that came from behind won. In games 3 and 4, teams coughed up multi-goal leads but managed to win anyway. The only difference is Game 4, Gary, that was the first game of the series in which the Golden Knights at no point ever held a lead.
No, and it's kind of bizarre, Dan, because if you look at the underlying metrics, Vegas was the better team by quite a bit in that game. They got back, they got it tied at 3-3, and to start the third, they were fantastic, the best they'd been in the game. They just couldn't score. And Eichel hit a crossbar. Then Jack had another chance off a face-off play. The first one, the crossbar, that would have made it 4-3. Then he had a chance off a face-off that would have got it to 4-4. The reason I'm mentioning Jack is he had a bunch of attempts in the last game, and he got close. And I think he's poised to break through. And if Jack can, again, in your interview with Torts, he says if Jack can break through, he kind of pushes us over the edge a little bit. These are the two things I'm looking for tonight. Jack Eichel to get on the scoreboard. You can put Pavel Dorofeev in that group as well. And Carter Hart to make a few more saves. Carter's allowed 4 goals against in every game in this series. He has not been as good in the final as he was in the second and third rounds of the playoffs, in particular the third round when he was brilliant against the Avalanche. If he can find that game, raise it to that level, that's dangerous for the Hurricanes.
Carter Hart will start today, starting each of the 21 games in the Stanley Cup playoffs. No goalie ever before had allowed 4 goals or more in the first 4 games of a Stanley Cup final. We asked John Tortorella about Carter Hart coming up. Also asked him about Jack Eichel with respect to what Gary just brought up. For Eichel, no goals in the last 6 games, just 2 assists in that period of time. 2 goals total in the playoffs for Eichel. He had 6 goals during the run to the Stanley Cup back in 2023. And also Pavel Dorofeev, as you mentioned, Gary, no goals in the last 7. No points in the last 6. Of course, he led the Golden Knights with 37 goals in the regular season, has 10 in the playoffs, but has not scored a goal since Game 1 of the Western Conference Final in Denver. John Tortorella coming up when we return. Talk about what he saw in Game 4 and what to expect here in Game 5 in Raleigh. Series tied 2-2 in the Stanley Cup Final. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor, it's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneShopRoofShop.com. Commercial or home, we can do what you need. Helping build this community. Big or small, there's nothing we can't do. We're the most preferred roofer and we're here for you. Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneShopRoofShop.com.
Since 1981, we've been raising every glass, serving all Nevada, making good times last. From wine to whiskey, beer and more, find your favorites at every store. Lee's Discount Liquor, Nevada's place to go. Biggest selection, prices you love. 23 stores across the Silver State, serving Nevada since 1981. Lee's Discount Liquor, where Nevada celebrates.
Back to the rink as Dan Duva catches up with Vegas Golden Knights coach John Tortorella.
In Raleigh, North Carolina, it's Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final. I'm Dan Tuva with head coach of the Golden Knights, John Tortorella. Well, Torts, back and forth, the series has gone win for the Golden Knights, then a win for the Hurricanes, win for the Golden Knights, and then another one for the Hurricanes. What did you make of Game 4?
A little bit of the same thing the first 3 games. Unpredictable. Either team could have won it. We didn't find our way. Came back. Same stuff. Who knows what the hell is going to happen tonight?
We could talk about it all day, but really,
I don't know.
Yeah, nobody knows. Is the fact that all 4 games in the Stanley Cup Final, multi-goal leads have been erased. What does that say about the 2 teams in this series?
Yeah, the 2 best teams in the league, right? And I think both teams know how to play different ways. I don't think either team gets too upset when things aren't going right. They just try to fix it. A lot of veterans on the teams. They've been through situations. Yeah, I think that's where our league has kind of gone. There's a ton of mistakes happening, and there's a ton of skill that capitalize on those mistakes. And both teams just find their way to try to get back in the games.
I wonder if you can comment on, the human nature of it, where, if you've got a lead, you can only gin up so much urgency. But if you're the trailing team, you can turn that dial even more.
Well, it happens a lot, even in the regular season. Third periods when you're leading, it's just a natural thing that you're a little bit safer, right? And the other team doesn't give a crap. They're just going for it. And double those up, and that's where you end up with these swings. But I just think the game's more wide open. I do. I think it's a game of mistakes, but there's so many more mistakes happen in our game now than it did prior years. And I think it's just where the athletes have gone. I just think that's where it's just gone in the game of hockey.
Mark Stone has a shorthanded chance early, and then moments later he fakes the big slap shot, cuts and tucks it in. What did you think of Mark Stone's period?
Yeah, he's so interesting to me because he seems to find that open ice, and everybody talks about his skating. He's just as quick as they are out there, and he's so deceptive. And what he does with his mind, he makes himself a quicker player with his head. And he may lack a little foot speed, but he makes up for it with his smart, so he knows when to jump into the holes.
Sure does. And, that made it a 1-goal game. You thought you might have tied it at the end of the period, but it turned out to be just a half a second too late on McNabb's goal. Where was your team at that point in the game?
Yeah, we're okay. We knew right away, at least on the bench, that the time had run out because the clock's right there at my feet. And we were okay. Even when we were down 3-1, we had so much hockey left to play. We'd just try to find your game, try to stay with it. I think turnovers obviously are the key things. We're trying to stay away from the turnovers. I think we've done a pretty good job of that. No panic. And again, we didn't finish the game. We had a chance. Jack hits a crossbar when it's 3-3. Jack has a chance on a face-off when it's 4-3 them. But wasn't in the cards for us that game. We just get ready for our next game.
You mentioned Jack. I mean, it seems like he's around it. He's close. What are you seeing from Jack right now?
Yeah. Obviously, we need him, right? I think he could kick something over on our side to bring us to another level. He is close. He's getting some chances. Jack knows that. Jack's a great pro. I know there's a lot of people talking about him in that line, trying to find its way. Just as Aho's line, they're talking about that line. They're all great players. Sooner or later, something's going to happen here, and I hope it's on our side. I love the way Jack approaches it. He has a quiet intensity about him. He knows the responsibility that he has.
You told us about Mark Stone playing with him last couple of games, tried Mitch Marner with him a little bit, and I thought back to what you said back a couple of months ago now, different sets of lines, and maybe you saw something there or tried some things out there that maybe you can try now or go back to.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw Mitchie in there occasionally. Take Barbie off, put Barbie with Howds a little bit, especially in offensive zone faceoffs. Times of the game, and they end up with a couple of chances. When I put Mitchie with Stoney and Jack, they had a couple of chances, so we'll play around with that. We'll see where the game's at, score-wise, the momentum. But as the series comes shorter and shorter, now it's three games left, I may try different things.
Why do you think the Golden Knights have been so successful in second periods?
Yeah, I don't have an answer. I don't. And because I don't think we're a very good changing team. I really don't. I think sometimes our changes are mixed up, and that's a big part of being a good second period team is getting the changes when you're supposed to.
Yeah, you had too many men on the ice.
Yeah. Who the hell knows? Yeah. Why do we score 4 in a game and they come back? I can pretend and try to be smart and have the answer. I don't know, and if someone has the answer for that, let me know.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of giving up goals, Carter Hart continues to make some incredible saves, including just seconds before the eventual game winner from Stahl made an incredible save. He's given up 4 goals in each game. How's Carter Hart right now?
Yeah, he needs to be better, and we don't get here without his play. He's played a lot of hockey. It's one of those series. I think both teams can talk a little bit about their goaltending maybe being a little better. The biggest thing with Carter that I don't think he's lost is he's made key saves at key times. And he made a great save when we made a huge mistake. That's just a bad mistake on the winning goal. He makes a save, and we don't save his ass. We end up allowing another chance because we chased the corner in panic, and it's impossible for Carter to make that save. And that's what bothers me about that play. It's not so much the turnover was egregious, but how we just don't save the day after the first mistake, after Carter makes a great save.
And you kind of had started with different defensive pairs. You went back to kind of the way it had been. What do you have in mind for today?
Yeah, we'll probably go with Hanny and Raz, and then Naber and Theo will go back. Those will be our top 4. Trying to find some balance. We've had some struggles a little bit. Give it credit to the other team a little bit. They've got some good players too that make you think about some things, or they wouldn't be here. But I think we'll go back to the top 4 that we started with.
I wanted to ask you specifically about Hanifin. He's our guest on the pregame show today. Of course, a former Carolina Hurricane in between his time here and the Knights, of course, was in Calgary. Boston College guy, Massachusetts guy, right? I wonder what stands out to you. Of course, Team USA experience, and here now coaching him for 2 months with the Knights.
Just a very competitive guy. He cares tremendously. He doesn't say a lot. He's a very quiet guy. At least around me and in the locker room, but you can see the competitiveness in him. Has great legs, can move a puck. It's going to have to be better. As the series goes on, that pair is going to have to be better. It's had some struggles a little bit at times. They're going to have to be better, him and Raz. They've been partners together for a long time. We're going to go back to them. And just having our meeting today, and I just grabbed Hanny really quickly after the meeting. He's ready to play.
Torch, thanks. Best of luck.
My pleasure.
That's John Tortorella. We're back with more in a moment, presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the rewards program that loves it when you date night, bet the perfect parlay, lounge poolside, oh, shiatsu, bottle service. Yeah, hit me. Shop till you drop. And then some. Earn and redeem on countless amazing experiences at MGM Resorts. This is MGM Rewards. Why be a guest when you can be a member? Visit MGMRewards.com for more. Earning and redemption limitations may apply to certain purchases in certain states.
Broker license number 1001607.LLC.
You gotta go Galindo.
I'm Josh Galindo, owner of Galindo Group Real Estate. We're not just a real estate company, we're a lifestyle brokerage with over 20 years of experience. When you work with us, you get more than a realtor. You get an entire team dedicated to creating an experience you'll love. From start to finish, we make buying or selling your home smooth, fun, and completely stress-free.
You gotta go Galindo. 702-820-HOME.
GalindoGroupRealestate.com.
It's time for Vegas Golden Knights hockey. Let's head to the booth with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Moments from hockey at Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final. The Knights and Hurricanes tied 2-2. Knights took Game 1 of the series 5-4 back on Tuesday, June 2nd. Hurricanes then won in overtime in Game 2. Series switched to Las Vegas. Knights won in double overtime Game 3, 5-4 on Saturday. But then the Hurricanes, the first multi-goal win of the series, 5-3 against Vegas on Tuesday. That fifth goal was into an empty netter. Carter Hart, Brandon Bussey, once again the starters, as they were in game number 4. Gary, what did you make of what John Tortorella told us with respect to the defensive pairs, saying that guys need to be better, Hanifin and Anderson in particular, putting them back together?
I would agree with John. I'd like them to be a little cleaner. Just go back, get the puck, and go north. I think there's been a little too much sideways east-west work from that pair in particular. Don't worry about creating offense from the back end just now. Worry about getting it out of the defensive zone clean and quick, especially early on. Carolina, we just took our headsets off to listen to the crowd here. It is very loud. The crowd is definitely going to be involved here early. Try to get through the first 10 minutes.
Noah Hannafin in our earlier pregame conversation said that he expects a lot of the same, but what he wants from his team is to create more wall battles. Could be boring at times, but want to cut off what could be the rush opportunities for the Hurricanes. Don't feed their rush. So we'll keep an eye on that. Once again, McNabb and Theodore was top pair. Hannafin and Anderson, the second pair, back together. Jeremy Lauzon and Dylan Coughlin, the third pair. Knights will start McNabb and Theodore, plus their top line, Barbashev, Eichel, and Stone. Hurricanes will start their third line, Ehlers, Stahl, and Jarvis, and their top pair of Jacob Slavin and Jalen Chatfield. Brandon Bussey getting his second start in as many games, 1-1 after not appearing in the Stanley Cup playoffs at all. Last appeared all the way back in April at the end of the regular season. Meanwhile, Carter Hart will start his 21st consecutive playoff game here today. Let's listen in now as we're ready for the Star-Spangled Banner. Colors presented down on the ice.
Banner. Signed tonight by Raleigh resident and deaf performer with PXP, Karen DeSalou. And performed this evening by Adam Lee Decker.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
He's been very impactful in this series. 2 massive goals in Game 4. Carolina's best player, and John Tortorella said he's been killing us.
5 of his 7 goals this postseason have come in the final. Goal in each of the first 4 games, including a pair and the game winner in Game 4. Marner knocked down a breakout pass by Stankoven. Hurricanes lose it at center. Dish by Howden, just out of Marner's reach. Howden kicked it toward the slot, hit hard by Walker. Carolina goes the other way, 3-on-2, across the line, right wing. Stankoven trying to connect back and forth with Blake, and a shot attempt goes off the outside of the goal. Hurricanes still with it. Sharp angle shot saved by Hart. It ends up on the far corner boards. Theodore to it with William Karlsson. Theodore looks ahead. He lifts it to center. It bounces to the Carolina line. As the Hurricanes change, Knights will now take the opportunity to change as well.
You can often tell a lot about Shea Theodore from his first couple of shifts, and he's got the happy feet early, Dan. He looks good.
Hurricanes get it in. Bouncing puck went over. Coghlan stick into the left corner. Stahl gets to it. Tied up by Coghlan, but rims it to the opposite corner. Now they reverse the rim counterclockwise. Barbashev there. Barbashev coming out. Trying to throw it rink wide. It got tipped all the way down. Stone in pursuit. Jabs it behind. Barbashev, a hard hit. Over 100 hits in the playoffs now. That's hit 102 right there. Hurricanes the other way. Lausanne defending Jarvis. Handoff. Chatfield shot save. Chatfield stepped into the slapper. Carter Hart makes the first save of Game 5. Hurricanes in the neutral zone. Lose it. Chatfield's got to go back to his own end. Chatfield 1 goal here in the Stanley Cup playoffs, along with 7 assists, including 1 last game. Hurricanes dump it in. Martin got it deep around Hannafin. Anderson with help from William Karlsson defending the net front. Puck ends up on the far boards for the Kings. Taken by the Knights. The clear goes to center, but not all the way through center. The pass might have been intended for Marner. Instead, it's cut off by Martinook, who sends it back in. Hannafin sidesteps pressure, finds an outlet on the left wing side. Howden ahead from Marner, who guides it in around Gostisbehere. Down to the right corner. Clear comes off the near wall from Miller. It'll go all the way down. No icing. Carter Hart stepped out to play it, and because of that attempt to play it, linesman pointed at the goaltender and said, nope, no icing. Waved it off. Would have been icing otherwise. Knights on the breakout. Tomas Hertl pokes it all the way in. Opening 6 minutes of game number 5. 0-0. Hurricanes now credited with 2 shots on. From his own end, McNabb spikes it off the glass. Delayed offside against the Hurricanes. Tomas Hertl takes the opportunity to play it back to McNabb. Forward pass, it's now an offside against the Knights. And that'll stop play. 14:05 to go first period. 0-0. Hurricanes with 2 shots, Knights with none. Gary, we should point out that the Golden Knights were limited to exactly 2 shots on goal in the first period in both games 2 and game 3. And if you combine the first 4 games of this series, Carolina has outshot Vegas in the first period 41-14.
They fling it from everywhere, so it'd be great to have like a quality meter on their shots on goal. And Vegas is very selective about when they do put the puck on net. They're directly opposite in philosophy. And it's not necessarily an organization philosophy. It's the way the players for the Golden Knights play. They don't like to just waste shots on the net.
Yeah, the shots and the goals do not line up. It's 41-14 in shots for Carolina. Here they're guilty of icing. But the goals are only 5-3 for Carolina. Then in the second period, the Knights have outscored the Hurricanes 9-1. And then in the third period, Carolina has outscored Vegas 10-3. And each team has a goal in overtime. After the icing, ozone draw for the Knights. Next non-icing whistle will be a media stoppage now at 13:59 to go in the first. Eichel between Stone and Marner. Hannafin and Anderson, the defense for the right circle draw. Eichel wins it straight back, but off Anderson and out of the zone. From the red line, he throws it back in. It goes around the rim. Gostisbehere deep in his own end. Eichel in on the forecheck. Puck is lifted to the line. Anderson gloves it down. Works to keep it alive for Stone. Stone was double-teamed, lost it to Stahl. Rink-wide breakout pass. Does eventually get to Svechnikov. Now he throws it out of play. Rink-wide and into the crowd by about 7 or 8 rows. That's delay of game. With 13:36 to go in the first period.
Carolina 27, minor penalty delay game.
Nikolai Ehlers. So, Gary, while the Knights didn't get an opportunity out of that offensive zone draw following the icing, the forecheck forces that penalty.
And the media timeout comes at a perfect moment for the Golden Knights. Their big line was out there. They'll get a breather and be fresh when we come back for 2 minutes of 5-on-4.
Knights' first power play of Game 5. They're 1 for 12 in the series. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Calling all Vegas Golden Knights fans, hockey season is back, and the RTC Game Day Express is your hassle-free ride to victory. Catch a direct, fast ride to VGK home games at T-Mobile Arena from 6 convenient spots for just $4 round trip. No traffic stress. Leave the driving to us. Visit rtcsnv.com/Game Day Express for details. Follow us on social media at RTCSNV for a chance to win tickets to VGK home games.
Being diagnosed with cancer was the hardest thing I've ever faced. Funny how when I got the news, it was life's simple things that mattered most, like nights out with the kids. As a candidate for a new clinical trial right here in Vegas, I've been able to spend more time with them, making memories, and never missing a family night out.
Comprehensive Cancer Centers. Here where you need us.
Hey, Golden Knights fans, when we win, you win. That's because Buffalo Wild Wings is giving away 6 free wings with a $10 minimum purchase anytime the Golden Knights win a preseason, regular season, or playoff game. This Win for Wings promotion is valid for 2 days after each qualifying game at all beat-up sports bar locations throughout the Vegas area. Get your 6 free wings on top of great drink specials, including some of the best happy hour and late night prices Vegas has to offer throughout hockey season at your local Buffalo Wild Wings, a proud partner of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Back to the Stanley Cup Finals as the Golden Knights take on the Hurricanes.
Golden Knights to the power play. 0 for 3 in Game 4 with 5 shots on goal. 1 for 14 over the last 5 games. Going back to the conference final. Hurricanes get the draw, and out they go with possession. Martinook, a little stutter step. Marner defends him. Martinook carries it all the way to the right corner before Marner knocks it free. Stone and Marner combining there to get the Knights the possession back. Already 20 seconds gone from the penalty. Knights without a shot on goal so far. 0-0 in the opening 7 minutes. Eichel to the line. Hurdle back for Eichel. He sends it in front, and he scores! What a back and forth setup for the Golden Knights. Pavel Dorofeev back and forth with Eichel, and the Knights take a 1-0 lead. Pavel Dorofeev scores his first Stanley Cup Finals goal, and the Knights get on the board with their first shot, a power play goal. Dorofeev had 10 coming into the series, no goals in the last 7 games, but right here, a big one for the Knights to convert in transition on the power play.
Yeah, it's perfectly put in by Pavel. It's in and out so fast, no one really noticed, but Pavel immediately points into the net. That's a goal, and it's 1-0 Vegas. What a pass from Eichel. Great zone entry from Eichel. Works with Dorofeev on the give and go, and the power play strikes for the first time in a while.
Dorofeev had not scored a goal since Game 1 of the conference final. That was also a power play goal. Now Barbashev a step left side. He's run off by Walker. Barbashev lost an edge as he tried to hold on to the puck. Hurricanes go the other way. On the right side, it's a 2-on-1. A little fake and a pass mishandled by Miller. Loose puck in front, taken by Howden. Banks it out to the neutral zone. An odd man rush for the Hurricanes, but could not generate a shot. Now a weird bounce off a stanchion behind the net. Tips to center. Howden comes up with it. He's hauled down in the neutral zone. No call. Very close by Taylor Hall. As Brett Howden has a word or two for the Carolina bench. As Howden goes to his bench. Howden with 14 goals leads everybody in the playoffs. 1-0 Knights. Golden Knights have now scored the game's first goal 11 times in the postseason. They are 8-2 when scoring first. Carolina now guilty of icing. And again, here's an icing against Carolina. Gary, going back, it was an icing against Carolina just before the media timeout. Knights loaded up Marner playing with Eichel and Stone. They didn't get possession, but they forced the Hurricanes into a delay of game penalty, which led to the power play goal. And what do they do right here?
Come right back with Marner Eichel and Stone. Now, part of that might be because Barbashev just took a shift with Carlson and Howden after the power play.
Exactly, yeah. In the neutral zone after the clear by Carolina. Quick up, Stone drop pass. Marner shoots, save. Rebound loose. And it ends up on the far side for Gostisbehere. Backhands it in the air to center. Glove down by Coughlin. Forward, Marner trying to tip it in. Eichel took a spill. Hurricanes the other way. Aho feeds right. Return pass knocked down in front. It ends up on the near boards. Knights defending the transition very well right there. Only 3 shots total in the game, 2 for Carolina, and now they've just added 1 to Vegas on that last chance. So 2 for Vegas, 4 in the game for the two teams combined in the opening 9 minutes. Vegas leads 1-0. Pavel Dorofeev with the power play goal. He had 20 power play goals in the regular season. Now he's got 5 out of his 11 here in the playoffs on the power play. Dorofeev from Eichel and Hurdle at 6:52. And Eichel is up to 19 assists. Here's Dorofeev again. He shoots, and it out of Bussey's glove. Puck to the left corner. Sissons double teamed, but he still managed to poke it behind for Hurdle. Right corner, Tomas Hurdle looking pointward. Anderson shoots just wide. Rebound off the backboards. Just sitting in the trapezoid. Hanifin buzzes in. He shoots. Blocked by Chatfield. To the left wing, Anderson has the rebound. Righty carries it down to the corner. He breaks away from Ehlers. Low to high for Hurdle. He waits. A wrist shot tipped wide. Chatfield has the rebound, trying to bank it up the boards. It hits something in the corner. Chatfield has it again as the Knights back off a little bit. Dorofeev and Sisson stay up on the forecheck, but now as both sides change, the Hurricanes work out to center. Bank pass on the right side. Theodore defends. Ehlers whirls around, but his centering pass missed everybody just above the crease. Now in the left corner, Blake, bodied by Anderson. He kicks the puck to Theodore far side, put it up the wall. Howden tips it to Carlson. Breakout, Carlson to the right wing, hoping for Barbashev. Across the line, it's just sitting there. Now it's Howden for Barbashev, a shot save. Rebound goes behind, hopped over Howden's stick. Stankoven separates Carlson from the puck. Hurricanes get it, off the glove and out to center, taken by McNabb for the Knights. He dumps it back in. Past the halfway mark, first period. 1-0 Golden Knights. Vegas up to 5 shots now. Dorofeev, the power play goal from Eichel and Hurdle at 6:52. Lauzon knocks down the puck back at his own blue line. Coughlin the retrieval, forward to Nick Dowd, and up near the Carolina blue line, he dumps it in right corner. Gostisbehere back for the Hurricanes. Attempt to clear by Nikishin, thwarted by the forecheck of Cole Smith. Hurricanes try the opposite side. Coughlin intercepts in the neutral zone, banks it back in. Dowd applies pressure as the Hurricanes retrieve. Nikishin skates it out, fires forward, knocked down at the line. It's an offside play.
Dylan Coughlin really aggressive so far in this game. He's looked excellent. Wow. Great start for the Golden Knights.
Dorofeev, who had not scored a goal since Game 1 of the conference final. A power play goal against the Avalanche. No goals in 7 games. No points in 6 games. But Gary, Game 5 has been kind to Pavel Dorofeev. Game 5 against Utah had a hat trick. Game 5 against Anaheim, 2 goals, including the overtime winner. Here in his 3rd Game 5 of this postseason, he has the game's first goal, and it's the only goal. 9:12 to go in the first period. Knights leading the Hurricanes. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor, it's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
If you're considering purchasing a new or used Honda or need to service your current vehicle, go to the Name Las Vegas Trust for exceptional sales, service, and parts. Finley. Whether you're up north, down south, or somewhere in between, you're always just 15 minutes away from a Finley Honda store. Each location has friendly and knowledgeable sales and service professionals. So give us a call or stop in anytime. Finley Honda's been Centennial Hills and Finley Honda Henderson in the Valley Auto Mall. The difference is in the name.
Gambler's Bonus hits again. On April 26th, Deborah hit 4 fours, clearing her Gambler's Bonus 4-of-a-kind bingo card for over $14,000. Deborah hit big, and so can you with Gambler's Bonus. It's why you play the game.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on an Accord or Accord Hybrid. New roads, great deals, a new Honda. Make every moment count with a new stylish and sophisticated Accord from the 2026 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Accord. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2026 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
Back to the Stanley Cup playoffs with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Golden Knights 1, Hurricanes 0. 9:12 to play. First period of Game 5. Series tied 2-2. Dorothea from Michael and Hurdle on the power play. First shot of the game for the Knights was Dorofeev. Power play goal. He's got 5 in the playoffs on the power play and 11 overall. Icing against Carolina just after a neutral zone draw. Knights have looked to take advantage of Carolina icings a couple of times here. The power play came just after Carolina icing. Vegas forced Carolina into a delay of game penalty.
I think Tortorella has decided he's going to leave Marner up with Eichel and Stone for a while. He's out there again with a...
Tortorella told us on the pregame show he would do that from time to time. Not permanently, but here and there. Kind of how he did early in his tenure. He's been the head coach now for 71 days. Knights win the draw. Stone rims it behind for Eichel, left corner. Breaks away from pressure there, trying to escape the defense of Jankowski. Eichel put it in front, off Stone. Backhand shot, redirect side of the goal, just wide. Marner gets decked by Miller's side of the net. Puck to the near boards and attacked to center by William Carrier. Puck goes back and forth across the blue. Knights have to clear out. Eichel heading to the bench for a change. Hurricanes dump it in. No icing. McNabb coming back. Got to the puck just before Stahl. Played ahead and out to center. Theodore. Stone still out there. Played it rink wide. Marner in pursuit, but Chatfield dumps it back in. Theodore from corner to corner has McNabb. Banks it ahead. Barbashev couldn't work it out. Deflects left. Kept in. Redirect score! It's Stahl again on a left wing shot by Ehlers. 1-1 tie with 8:14 to go in the first period. Goals in each of the first 5 games of the Stanley Cup Final for the Carolina captain Jordan Stahl. 2 goals in Game 4. Now he's got a tying goal here in Game 5. 1-1 with 8 1/4 to go in the first period.
Yeah, unforced error here from the captain, Mark Stone. He has the puck in between the blue line and the red line in the neutral zone, and instead of bumping it up on his own side, he goes across the ice. Carolina intercepts, comes back down, and gets this opportunity, and it's a great play by Ehlers and Stahl to equalize this one up. Carolina had nothing going, and then Vegas just gifted them one.
Knights were in the midst of changing personnel. As I mentioned, Eichel had already gone off. Barbashev had come on. Stone was still out there, as was Marner. So the Hurricanes capitalize. Once again, it's Stahl from right out in front. Now another chance and a shot attempt blocked by Anderson on the try by Svechnikov. Knights clear the zone. Back it goes. Gostisbehere in his own end. Forward to Svechnikov, who sends it on down. Dragged behind by Theodore. Starts Sissons ahead, skating near the benches. Takes the check, backhands it in. A weird bounce. It's going to be an icing as a result of that weird bounce. Bring the draw to the Vegas zone with 7:28 to go in the first period. Stahl from Ehlers and Jarvis at 11:46 to tie the game 1-1.
It's coming down to this, Dan, that if you make a mistake in this series, the other team makes you pay. And, it's oversimplistic. The team that scores more goals is going to win the series. Well, the team that makes fewer mistakes is going to win this series. That's just the way it is. They're too close in terms of talent and game plan and everything else.
That goal is just the third shot on goal for Carolina. They had the first 2 shots of the game. And then the Knights got 5 shots in a row, including a goal. Now Carolina pushing back with a redirect by Stahl on the shot by Ehlers. Puck goes in behind the Knights net. Robinson to it. Chased by McNabb. Pointward pass toward Nikishin. He poked it back to the right circle, and a shot there was knocked down. Rebound McNabb knocked it to the corner. It's lifted to center by Theodore. Cole Smith backhands it forward. Now deflected backward. Theodore again. Theodore looks right for Nick Dowd. Turns to protect it and dump it in. All the way down it goes. And the netminder, Brandon Bussey, leaves it for his D. Stankoven leads Taylor Hall to the offensive zone. He shoots over the net. Off the glass, still in play. Tumbles by Walker, right point. From center, he throws it back in. Hannafin recovers for the Knights. Hannafin coming ahead. Fires right wing, Jack Eichel charging through the right circle, gets the puck, he centers, a shot was blocked! Rebound in the middle, that one's blocked as well. Hanifin with the second attempt, and now Carolina clears the zone. Hanifin, after the rolling puck down the slot in his own end, sets up Stone, little head fake, gets the pass right, Anderson approaching the blue, dumps it in. Counterclockwise off the stick, Carlson to the middle, Dorofeev shoots, save! Backhand shot, Dorofeev. Bussy got big, top of the crease to save it. Right point, Coughlin keeps it going. Into the right corner, Dorofeev, who has the first goal for the Knights today. Lausanne prevents a clear, he turns and shoots, but wide. Missed the short post left wing. Around it goes, Coughlin with Dorofeev to keep it alive for the Knights. Coughlin shoots, save! Down in the butterfly for Bussy. Rushing over, Lausanne takes a hit, gets the puck. Played it left corner for William Karlsson. Checked by Walker. Howden checks Walker, and the Hurricanes get the loose puck. To center they go, right to left. Ehlers gains the red line, pitches it in the air. Carter Hart gloves it to his left and holds on. 5:18 to go, first period. 1-1 tie. Dorofeev for the Knights, Stahl for the Hurricanes.
Confidence, it's like Dorofeev was a little bit of he was in black and white. Now that confidence has been blown into him, and he is vibrating in Technicolor.
We'll step aside. Game 5 tied 1-1. 5:18 to go in the opening period in Raleigh. Stanley Cup Final Series tied 2-2. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
If you're injured in an accident, here are the things that matter. Who you hire to represent you matters.
Where they live may seem like it doesn't matter. It matters.
The Richard Harris Law Firm employs over 150 local people.
Trabajamos aquí. We live right here. We know Nevada. We know the courts. And we know how to win.
If you're injured in an accident, who you hire to represent you matters. The Richard Harris Law Firm, 444-4444.
At Access, we believe that music and sports are best enjoyed live and in person. That's why we're passionate about providing fans with tickets to the hottest sporting events and concerts around the world, including right here in Vegas. The Access ticketing app is safe, simple, and secure, and you can find it in the App Store for iOS or the Google Play Store for Android. Or visit us at Access.com to find tickets to your next unforgettable live experience. That's AXS.com. Access, your ticket to Las Vegas.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to AmericaFirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Let's get back to Dan Duva and Gary Lawless for more Stanley Cup Finals action.
1-1 tie. Dorofeev for the Knights, Stahl for the Hurricanes. How about this history, Gary? Jordan Stahl, a goal in each of the first 5 games. 5th player in NHL history to record a goal streak of 5 or more at any point in a Stanley Cup final. But the last one to happen, Yvonne Cornway, 1973 with the Canadiens. John Beliveau in 56, Rocco Richard in 51, Cyclone Taylor in 1918. Knights get the puck in. Approaching the final 5 minutes of the first period, 1-1 tie. Dowd at center, swung and missed at a loose puck. It ends up deep in the Vegas zone. Lausanne coming back. Lausanne backhands it forward. It got by Dowd. It goes all the way in. It's an icing. Bring the draw back to the Vegas side. Knights have 7 shots on goal, which seems like some measure of an achievement given that they had a total of 14 first period shots in the series. Now they're up to 21. But it's a 1-1 tie. Dorofeev on the power play for Michael and Hurdle. Then Stahl from Ehlers and Jarvis at even strength, the tip-in goal. Left circle draw for Carolina. Carter Hart watching to his right. Now they drop the puck. And it ends up on the sidewall. Battle for it there in the skates of Coughlin. Using the wall, couldn't clear. Next time it came off the stick. Still bouncing around. Finally cleared on the backhand by Cole Smith. Kolasar wins the race, negates the icing. Kolasar outnumbered, though. Hurricanes get it back to center. Svechnikov works it as far as the Knights' blue line. Tomas Hertl pitches it in the air while he was checked by Jordan Martineau. Hurricanes ahead. Svechnikov at the line. Lost it, got it back, and blasted it around the rim. Martineau from the right corner, put it toward the trapezoid. Head off by Noah Hannafin. Out to the line. Chatfield keeps it in. Back down to the corner it goes. Hurricanes cycling. Up top. Chatfield shoots. Hit a body in front. Rebound for the Knights. Barbashev turns to center. Try to bank it in. That didn't work. Next try goes in the air on Hertl's dump in. Down to the right corner. Sisson's in on the forecheck. Chatfield protects it away. And now Jacob Slavin. Under 4 minutes to go first period. 1-1 tie. Hurricanes right to left. Chatfield to Jordan Stahl to tip it in. Theodore goes back, joined by McNabb. Using the far wall, has Eichel. Coming to center with Marner. Mitch has the puck with speed. Now to Eichel again. Eichel lost the puck. Pressure top of the left circle. Hurricanes counter. Theodore knocks down a neutral zone pass. Hurricanes get it again at their own blue. Hurricanes go right to left in the opening period. DeAndre Miller, the defenseman, takes a check from Stone as he dumps it in. Knights retrieve the puck and clear to center. Dump it back in, but first they have to get their players out of the attacking zone. They do tag up. The Knights have time to get possession. Theodore to McNabb to bank it out. Hurricanes steal it at center. Blake sends it in. High in the air, bounces into the left corner near side. Theodore up the boards toward Dorofeev. Plays it to center, Howden. Now William Karlsson, 2-on-2 with Howden. Karlsson shoots, blocker save. Rebound to the near side. And Hall pushes it out. Dorofeev steals it away from Stankovic. Hannafin quick up. Karlsson leading Howden. Back to Karlsson. Left wing, he threw it across. Missed Dorofeev in the slot. Anderson pinches in, takes the puck. Knocked over down low. Dorofeev behind, has Anderson again. Put it up the boards, but not enough on the pass. Intercepted along the wall. Hurricanes come out. It's an offside dump in. Oh, the linesman said onside. That was clearly offside on the dump in. No matter, Knights get the puck. Hannafin coming ahead. Fires up to the blue. Dowd tips it all the way down. 2:15 to go first period. 1-1 tie in game 5. Sharp angle shot left wing got blocked across the slot to the near boards. Carrier floats it out, hoping for Robinson at the line. Knights get it. At his own blue, little head fake from Lausanne. Plays it forward. Chatfield knocked it down into his own blue. Now he just is left. Carried forward by Nikishin. The lefty defenseman fires down. Hits the left corner, glass around. Lausanne, a hard check on Svechnikov. Picked up by Dylan Coughlin. Lost it to Robinson. Coughlin again to the sidewall. And then Stone stood up. A little whack on the shin of one of the Hurricanes after he cleared it out. Hurricanes dump it back in. Back goes Theodore. Hands it off toward Coughlin. Now Theodore again, pressured by Svechnikov behind the goal. Theodore rings it along, far side boards. Forced to center. Good work there by Smith. There's now Eichel and Stone work ahead. Carolina takes it away at its own blue line. 1:15 to go in the period. McNabb knocked over. Marner there for puck support. Knights get it. Theodore fires it ahead. Stone coming in. Across to Eichel in the slot. Eichel shoots. Just wide. Rebound off the apron of the net. Rimmed around by Walker. Hannafin apparently did not hold it in. Hannafin thought that he had. Linesman says no, offside, and that stops play. 1:02 to go in the first, 1-1 tie.
Well, Eichel and Stone, a little dangerous there on a quick play. A lot of fun early in this game, Dan. Lots of chances for Vegas. First time they haven't been outshot by a ton in the first in a while.
And they've got an 8-5 shots advantage as we speak. 1:02 to go in the period. Draw just outside the line on the Carolina side. Vegas wins the draw. Final minute of the period brought to you by Granite One. 1 to go. Hannafin dumps it in around to the right corner. Marner, Karlsson, and Howden up front. Howden lands a check, but the Hurricanes clear it out. Anderson back in his own zone. Swings it right. Marner chokes up to receive the pass. Tips it along to Karlsson, who dumps it in. 40 seconds to go. Howden pursues left corner. off the stick, a little tie-up. It careens off the sidewall into the slot and out to center. Hannafin gloves it down. It goes to Marner, so it's a hand pass in the neutral zone. 33 seconds to go.
Howden thought he got a high stick in the face, and there's no call, obviously, but just went over to the referee and said his stick came up. I'll tell you this, Wes McCauley and Chris Rooney, they're going to try and call absolutely nothing. If it's obvious and they have to, they will. Other than that, they're staying out of the game.
Yeah, Mark Stone has gotten away with at least 2 penalties so far. Only penalty of the game was a very obvious delay of game puck over the glass.
That's the kind of stuff to call.
Knights win the neutral zone draw, dump it in. Cole Smith lands a check, down gets the puck. Down, played it pointward. McNabb try, sails through the slot and wide right to the corner. 16 seconds to go in the period. 3-on-3 battle near side. Carolina clears, it hops and skids. Will it be enough for icing? Yes. McNabb there ahead of Robinson. Puck was slowing down, but it did get across the line. 9.4 on the clock, and the Knights will get an O-zone draw, and they can bring out their top personnel, which is 9.4 on the clock in the first period. 1-1 tie.
The only thing I don't like with Marner's back out here with Eichel and Stone, and in this situation, I think you have to do it. I think Tortorella, you got to be careful that you don't pull Ivan Barbashev out of the game, because if he's missing shifts, it's going to be hard for him to have his motor running.
Marner out there with Eichel and Stone plus Hannafin and Anderson. Carolina wins the draw. The clearing attempt over the glass again. Is it a delay of game? Linesman says yes. It looks like for the second time in this period, after a Carolina icing, they commit a delay of game penalty.
Carolina penalty number 19, 2 minutes delay of game.
Astounding. Twice in the period after an icing, the Hurricanes send the puck over the glass from their own end. 5.8 remaining in the period. Knights go to the power play for the second time. Again, they've just got 5.8 seconds to go here, but if they don't score, obviously you start the second period with a healthy chunk of a power play. They switch to the left wing side for this draw, so Hertl will take it. Bussey will look to his right, catches with his right hand. Short side here. Hertl wins it. Eichel lost it in his skates, and it goes to center. Clock will run out. Shot at the horn on Hart. He makes the glove save, but it would have gone high. First period comes to a close. Each team with a goal. Dorofeev on the power play at 6:52 from Eichel and Hertl. And then Stahl, an even-strength goal, a tip-in on the shot by Ehlers. Seth Jarvis, the second assist. Those goals separated by just about 5 minutes. Dorofeev's 11th, Stahl's 8th. And the Knights and Hurricanes played a 1-1 first period tie. Knights start the second period with 1:55 of carryover time on the power play.
Well, Golden Knights better team in that period, and it should be 1-0 except for one mistake made by the Golden Knights there early in. I just got distracted. I heard the mic. There was some nasty language downstairs. Anyways, just the one mistake by Stone that eventually results in a great tip and pass and tip play between Ehlers and Jordan Stahl. And Nick Ehlers, after being kind of quiet, he had 2 goals in game 1 of the series and then just an assist for a while. Last game he had 3 points, and right off the bat here, he's got another assist as well. So Nick Ehlers having a pretty good final himself. Jordan Stahl maybe having the best final of anyone so far.
As we mentioned, Jordan Stahl, 5th player in NHL history to record a goal streak of 5 or more games at any point during a final. He happens to have done it in the first 5 of this Stanley Cup final. Last time that this happened was 1973. Crazy. Jeremy Lauzon will be our guest momentarily. Lauzon logged just about 5 minutes of time in the first. He had a couple of attempts and a couple of hits. Jeremy Lauzon ready to join us from the Knights dressing room. Let's go downstairs now and welcome Jeremy Lauzon to the broadcast. Hi, Jeremy. Dan and let's try that again. Dan and Gary in the booth. Thanks for coming by, Jeremy. What did you make of today's first period?
I loved it. I thought we were simple with the puck. We were putting it deep. We were forechecking really well and creating chances. We got to do more of the same.
You didn't have a lot of time between Game 4 and Game 5. You guys had dinner together last night. What's been the message amongst the group over the last 24 hours?
Well, I think we didn't like our last game. I think we had way better. We're coming here to win tonight, and we're doing everything to play our best game of the series.
Dylan Coughlin looked, the two of you looked really good as a pair in the first period. You got a little more ice as a result. How you like him playing with Dylan?
I love it. He moves well. For his size, it's pretty physical too. He's not scared to go in the corner and win some battles, and I'll do the same. And I think we're on top of their players right now, and we're making them we're making it hard for them. So we got to do more of the same to the rest of the game here.
A couple of punishing hits from Jeremy Lauzon, our guest. Jeremy, thanks. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Lauzon had, in particular, Gary, the hit in the left corner, the attacking zone. You're not always going to see the defenseman with hard hits on the forecheck deep in the attacking zone. Oftentimes it'll be back in the defensive end, but Lauzon with not only two hard hits there in the opening period. 1-1 tie through 20 minutes of play here in Stanley Cup Final Game 5. Dorothea from Eichel and Hurdle. Power play goal at 6:52. Took them 28 seconds of power play time to come through. That was after a Nick Ehlers delay of game penalty, putting the puck over the glass. Jordan Stahl tied things up, though. Stahl a tip-in from Ehlers and Jarvis. Knights will go to the second period with a power play carryover, minute 55. Another delay of game penalty against the Hurricanes. First, we have the intermission report. Tell you about that in just a moment, as Ryan Wallace will have the highlights. We can also tell you that because the Golden Knights scored in the first period, free French fries tomorrow at McDonald's. Download the McDonald's mobile app, and you'll find a way to redeem free fries of any size tomorrow at your local McDonald's, all because the Golden Knights scored a goal in the first period. A goal on 8 shots for the Knights. Hurricanes a goal on 5 shots. Knights power play is 1 for 1 in the midst of their second. Hurricanes without a power play opportunity so far in the game. Ryan Wallace has the intermission report when we come back. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights radio.
The fastest game on ice. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91.
It's game night at Raising Cane's. And we're serving the realm with a feast of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy, crinkle-cut fries, garlicky, buttered Texas toast, and cane sauce. Skate in before the puck drops or after the game stops. It's always nighttime at Cane's. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go, Knights, go.
Your Vegas Golden Knights try to elevate hockey to an art form. Similarly, the team at Toshiba America Business Solutions empowers the art of business with award-winning copiers, printers, document management solutions, and digital signage that help you engage and delight your customers. As an official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights, Toshiba America Business Solutions works overtime to make you and your documents look good. And with the best service in town, you'll never find your business in the penalty box. Look for us at business.toshiba.com. Toshiba, official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights.
If you're injured in an accident, here are the things that matter. Who you hire to represent you matters.
Where they live may seem like it doesn't matter. It matters.
The Richard Harris Law Firm employs over 150 local people.
Trabajamos aquí.
We live right here. We know Nevada. We know the courts. And we know how to win.
If you're injured in an accident, who you hire to represent you matters. The Richard Harris Law Firm, 444-4444.
Welcome to Win City, where a hat trick means more than just 3 goals in a hockey game. It's also when you reach 3 goals in life. You make the perfect souffle. You graduate with that diploma. You land your dream job.
For the hat trick! What a play!
Another great play is scoring the official credit card of the Vegas Golden Knights with exclusive perks and benefits for VGK fans. See if you pre-qualify at CreditOneBank.com. Terms apply. Credit One Bank, for what's ahead.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to AmericaFirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership, eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Here's Ryan Wallace with the intermission report on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Hey, football fans, Vegas Nighthawks are on the field for the 2026 season and looking to repeat as champions of the Indoor Football League. Lee's Family Forum in Henderson is the official home for all the action with the Nighthawks, and single game tickets for the 2026 season are available by visiting leesfamilyforum.com. It's the intermission report. The Golden Knights, Carolina Hurricanes tied at 1 after the first period of play here in game number 5. Taking a look at the highlights in the first period, the Golden Knights opened the scoring 6 minutes into the game on Pavel Dorofiev's power play goal.
0-0 in the opening 7 minutes. Eichel to the line, Hurl back for Eichel. He sends it in front, and he scores! What a back-and-forth setup for the Golden Knights. Pavel Dorofeev back and forth with Eichel, and the Knights take a 1-0 lead. Pavel Dorofeev scores his first Stanley Cup Finals goal.
11th goal of the postseason for Pavel Dorofeev on the power play from Jack Eichel and Tomas Hertl. 6:52 of the first period made it 1-0 Vegas, but the Hurricanes were able to answer back on a deflection goal from Jordan Staal.
Theodore from corner to corner has McNabb, banks it ahead. Barbashev couldn't work it out, deflects left, kept in, redirect, score! It's Staal again on a left wing shot by Ehlers. 1-1 tie with 8:14 to go in the first period.
Jordan Staal's 8th goal of the postseason, his 6th goal of the Stanley Cup Final from Nick Ehlers and Seth Jarvis. 11:46 of the first period, tied the game at 1. That's where we stand after the opening 20 minutes. A couple of things to point out here for the Golden Knights. It was, as far as this series goes, their best first period of the series. Forecheck pressure was on. They were in the offensive zone a lot, and it was a slow start for Vegas, probably first 3, 4, 5 minutes of the game. Then they get the power play opportunity. Jack Eichel makes a tremendous play to Pavel Dorofeev, who now has his first career Stanley Cup final goal. So we'll see if that can unlock Pavel Dorofeev the rest of the way. Had a couple of looks, a really good backhand opportunity after scoring the goal. So I do wonder if the confidence that Pavel gets from putting the puck in the back of the net is something that can buoy him the rest of the way in this game and in this series. But, you know, for the Golden Knights, I loved their first period. I thought it was a strong opening 20 minutes. You get a goal for Pavel Dorofeev. You get Jack Eichel on the score sheet as well. A lot to like for the Golden Knights out of this first 20 minutes in game number 5. We're back with more in a moment, presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
The Golden Knights have one mission at T-Mobile Arena: protect this fortress. And the Golden Knights aren't alone. T-Mobile Arena gets 24/7 power protection from EcoStruxure, the advanced IoT platform from Schneider Electric. With EcoStruxure, Arena staff can monitor every building system from a single screen. The result? Energy savings, comfortable fans, and a building ready for anything. That's EcoStruxure from Schneider Electric. Innovation at every level.
It's time to upgrade your roofing and solar experience, and Cooper Roofing and Solar has you covered. Literally. From re-roofing to deck installs, roof tune-ups, skylights, and more, they do it all. Right now, subscribe to Cooper's maintenance plan and get a 15% discount on roof maintenance. Keep your roof in top shape, avoid emergency repairs, and save big. Cooper Roofing and Solar is employee-owned and Southern Nevada's largest roofing company. Call Cooper today at 702-688-7940 or visit coopersolar.com. Cooper Roofing and Solar, proud roofing partner of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Ouch! Checked from behind. Man, that's gotta hurt.
I'd hire Morgan & Morgan if I were them.
What?
Yeah, Dan, America's largest injury law firm. They serve up justice, ice, cold, law. Know what I mean?
I guess.
Their gloves come off when they fight for you.
Okay.
I'm talking a settlement slap shot.
Shouldn't we be talking about the game?
Yeah, Dan, Morgan & Morgan.
Official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneShopRoofShop.com. Commercial or home, we can do what you need. Helping build this community. Big or small, there's nothing we can't do. We're the most preferred roofer and we're here for you. Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneShopRoofShop.com.
Back to Ryan Wallace for his Stanley Cup Final intermission report.
Welcome back to the Intermission Report. The Golden Knights, Carolina Hurricanes tied at 1 after the first period of play here in game number 5. Stats of the period are presented by Foley Family Wines. Shots 7-5, the edge to the Vegas Golden Knights. Hits 14-13, slight edge to the Carolina Hurricanes. The Golden Knights technically right now 1 for 2 on the man advantage. They are 1 for 1. They've got 1 minute and 55 seconds of carryover power play time to start the second period. We'll see what they're able to do with it. Their first power play was excellent. I will dig into that in just a moment. Golden Knights charged with 5 giveaways, a single takeaway, 3 block shots. Carolina, 8 giveaways, a single takeaway, and 5 block shots. So I mentioned the power play. Special teams was an area of emphasis for me going into this game, and it was more on the penalty kill side of the ledger than it was the power play side of the ledger, because I felt like the Golden Knights' power play was going to come through. You know that this has been a weapon for this team all season long. In the regular season, pre-John Tortorella, post-John Tortorella, they have always found a way to have their power play become impactful at key moments for them. And it certainly is great to get the ball rolling. It's phenomenal to get a puck in the back of the net for Pavel Dorofeev. I think that is massive for the Golden Knights moving forward. But it's really interesting because it's not a set play inside of the zone. It's not a controlled situation in terms of in-zone offense on the power play, working things around, looking through your progressions. It was neutral zone transition, and it's a great little give and go between Jack Eichel and Tomas Hertl. Hertl makes a tremendous play getting the puck back to Jack. It pulls Jacob Slavin out of the middle of the ice. He starts to chase Jack Eichel, and it's wide open backdoor for Pavel Dorofeev off of an excellent pass from Jack. A lot to like about the execution from Vegas in that transition opportunity, and so now what you want to see for the Golden Knights is very simple. I thought their forecheck was going certainly better than it's been at any point in time in the first period in this series, and the second period is where the Golden Knights forecheck has really done a number on the Carolina Hurricanes. You want to take advantage of this power play to start the second period, and then you want to wear down, lean on, forecheck hard the Hurricanes in the second period and hopefully break the game open. Second period action is coming up next. Dan and Gary, they've got the call. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
So, how can Enterprise pick Golden Knights fans up today? Well, say you want to take a playoff road trip. Enterprise has you covered. Or get a truck to haul your Golden Knights memorabilia to your new fan cave. Well, they do that too. Rent an exotic for a potential victory parade? Check. Well, what about buying any of the above? Yes, yes, and yes. Rent, buy, or share. Enterprise, official partner of the NHL, is the one place to go for every place life takes you.
I feel like I'm getting robbed when I bet the Stanley Cup on a sports book.
Dude, delete that app. You need to be using Polymarket.
Polymarket?
Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for greedy sports books.
Even during the Stanley Cup?
Especially during the Stanley Cup. Polymarket is an official prediction market of the NHL.
No way. What's the catch?
No catch. And it's available in all 50 states. Polymarket is so confident you'll never go back, they're giving you $50 free on your first trade.
I'm deleting my sportsbook app. How do I get started?
Download Polymarket now and use promo code EPIC for $50 free on your first trade. Stop letting sportsbooks steal from you. Download Polymarket and use promo code EPIC for $50 free on your first trade. Use promo code EPIC. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
What do you think makes the perfect snack?
It's gotta be when I'm really craving it and it's convenient.
Could you be more specific?
When it's cravenient.
Okay.
Like a freshly baked cookie made with real butter, available right down the street at AM/PM, or a savory breakfast sandwich I can grab in just a second at AM/PM.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
Well, yeah, we're talking about what I crave.
Which is anything from AM/PM.
What more could you want?
Stop by AM/PM where the snacks and drinks are perfectly craveable and convenient. That's cravenience. AM/PM, too much good stuff.
Since 1981, we've been raising every glass, serving all Nevada, making good times last. From wine to whiskey, beer and more, find your favorites at every store. Lee's Discount Liquor, Nevada's place to go. Biggest selection, prices you love, 23 stores across Since 1981, Lee's Discount Liquor, where Nevada celebrates.
Back to the Stanley Cup Finals as the Golden Knights take on the Hurricanes.
Live up ringside at Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. Golden Knights and Hurricanes tied 1-1. Pavel Dorofeyev, a power play goal from Eichel and Hurdle. Then Jordan Staal about 5 minutes later. A tip-in from Ehlers and Jarvis. 1-1 through 20 minutes. As we welcome you back in the radio booth, Dan Duba here with Gary Lawless. Gary, it's the first time in the series that a team did not take a multi-goal lead to start. 2-0, 2-0, 4-0, and 2-0. Not today. It's a 1-1 tie after 20.
Vegas might have been their best first period of the series. The high danger chances battle, ledger, whatever you want to call it, 7-1 in favor of the Golden Knights. Shots on goal, 7-5 for Vegas. One mistake. Mark Stone makes one little mistake, and Carolina capitalizes it, and they to get the equalizer. Power play struck for Vegas, and they start this period with a minute 55 on the man advantage.
Pavel Dorofeyev with power play goal earlier. Underway in the second period. Hurricanes take the draw and dump it in. Knights in white skate right to left in the second period. Now 2 power play goals in this series. They were 2 for 11 in the conference final. Eichel skates ahead, gains the line, going right, hands it off. Stone toward Hurdle, just out of his reach. Martinick reels it in, goes behind his net, and he clears it the length of the ice. Well, Gary, Pavel Dorofeyev in the regular season on 3 occasions had multiple power play goals in a game. Marner gains the line. Marner to Hurdle left wall. Shoves it across. Stone off the right board. Stone looking. Up top has Marner. Marner shoots. Redirect just wide. Hurdle got a piece in front. Taken out of the corner and cleared by the Hurricanes the length of the ice. Would you believe that only twice in Golden Knights history has a Vegas player scored multiple power play goals in a game? Eichel in 2023 and Victor Olofsson most recently. Knights get the puck in the offensive zone. Marner to Stone, left for Eichel. He shoots! Save! Rebound back to the left corner. Hurricanes get it up the boards. Cut off though by Marner. Has Hurdle. Turns down the slot. Feeds left. Eichel shoots it. Deflected away. Power play at 33 seconds. Dorofeyev near the right corner. Put it behind for Hurdle. Eichel bottom of the left circle. Righty scans the middle. Whips it across. Too much for Dorofeyev. Takes it off the right boards. Keeps it alive for Hurdle. Right dot. Hurdle behind his back to Stone in the right corner. Corner to corner for Eichel on the left wing side. Up top, Mitch Marner. The righty feeds hard left. Stone bottom of the circle. Met by Nikishin. Now Hurdle trying to dish it across. Goes off the stick and goes behind the goal. Now left. Eichel is there. Eichel to the middle. Marner bumps it right in the shot. Dorofeyev just missed the net. Eichel reels in the rebound. Comes out high. He shoots. Blocked. Off the right corner glass. Penalty is over. Dorofeyev keeps it going. Hurdle deep on the right side. Hurdle in the right circle. Curls in center. Swing and a miss by Stone. He got a piece of it, but couldn't propel it on goal from left of the crease. Hurricanes have survived the Knights' power play early in the second period, and the score remains 1-1 in Game 5. Series tied 2-2. Knights deny a clean entry for the Hurricanes. Carlson batted it down. Now the Hurricanes dump it in. Hart to play it to Hanifin near side corner. Got it to center. Carlson gobbles it up. Speeds ahead across the line. Knocked off his stick. Hurricanes go the other way. Stankoven, a wide 2-on-2. Weaves in a drop pass and a shot. Save! Hart makes the stop. Reached for with the glove on Taylor Hall. Got him maybe near the wrist. Ends up on the left corner boards. Hall lost it in the left circle. Knights on it. Out goes Barbashev. Tried to lift it ahead. Got a whistle and a high touch in the neutral zone. That stops play. 3 minutes into the second period, 1-1 tie.
Well, great action from Vegas on the power play. A number of good chances. Great way to start the period, but Carolina, they're plucky in game, Dan. They're not going away.
They have given up 6 power play goals total in the postseason. Today is their 18th postseason game. They gave up 1 power play goal in the opening round, 1 in the second round, 2 in the conference final to Montreal, and now 2 in the Stanley Cup final to the Golden Knights. Neutral zone draw coming up. Knights registered 1 shot. I take that back. 2 shots. Then they're up to 9 for the game. Hurricanes have 1 shot this period. Good looking opportunity for the Canes in transition, and Carter Hart made the save. Knights get the draw at center. Cole Smith busting in down to the right corner. Lefty opens up, takes away from Gostisbehere as he turns down to the corner. Puck bounces away to the opposite corner. Forecheck continues as the puck comes to Colasar. Works around Gostisbehere. A down shot shut down. Brandon Bussey to his right on the glove side. Now a point shot cut down in front again. Bussey shoves Colasar. Top of the crease as the puck goes to the neutral zone. Gostisbehere dumps it in for Carolina. Coughlin reels it in. His pass got tipped. Stahl gets to it for the Canes. Comes down low and a drop pass. Missed the target. Colasar reached in and may have prevented a reception of that drop pass.
Really good job by Eichel to close on Stahl as well.
Quick up. Ehlers deflects it in. Hart goes to play it behind his net. Looks over his shoulder. Rims it near side. Ehlers cut it off. Ehlers turns down the boards. Now skates to the middle and he shoots it wide. Rebound off the backboards. Lozon tips it ahead to Mitch Marner. Backhands it off the side wall, and then Eichel in pursuit down to the left corner. Eichel and Chatfield collide, puck behind. Centering pass by Stone deflected away. McNabb right for a shot by Theodore, blocked. Rebound for the Hurricanes. Knocked over Ehlers. Loose puck along the near side boards. Chatfield lifts it in. This will be icing. Theodore ahead of the pack for the icing whistle. Keep an eye on these icings. Twice today after Carolina committed an icing. A Carolina player put the puck over the glass for a delay of game penalty. Those are the only 2 penalties in the game so far.
And they do like to use that high flip to get the puck out of the defensive zone, and sometimes it can be dangerous.
Carlson with Dorofeev and Howden. Stalemate at the draw. Comes up the boards, and it does now come to the neutral zone. Dorofeev on it. Howden, Dorofeev, and Carlson together here as Marner is, at least for the time being, moved up to play with Stone and Eichel. Rasmus Anderson starts the breakout, rips it through center. It got tipped, so no icing. Knights come in on the forecheck with William Karlsson. Canes break through. Dump in by Svechnikov, right corner. Hart to play it behind his net using the near glass. Out to the line. Poked out by Carlson. Cut off by Walker. Shoves it rink wide. Martinook dumps it in for the Hurricanes. Clockwise around the board, Svechnikov. Reversed it to the corner. Aho reels it in. Lefty swirls it the other way. To the far boards. Miller pinches in, reverses the rim near side. Picked up by Barbashev. Works ahead. Got it toward Carlson. It's a delayed offside, though. Svechnikov, and Carlson didn't realize it. Svechnikov just got a little bit of the pass. Barbashev tried to lead Carlson into the zone down the middle, but pass slightly deflected, which made the play offside. 14:28 to go in the second period. 1-1 tie. Knights up to 3 shots this period. Hurricanes just the 1. Second period has been excellent for the Golden Knights in the postseason, and in particular, this series. Playoffs overall, Knights are plus 14 in the second period, 25-4, 11 against. In this series, they are plus 8. They have scored 9 and allowed just 1. In Game 4, they outscored the Hurricanes 2-0.
Referees are going to say that this was an intentional offside and bring the face-off to just outside the Golden Knights' blue line. Hurdle, Sissons, and Barbashev, the forwards from Vegas.
Sissons against Stankoven. Knights win the draw. Vegas right to left. McNabb's forward pass. Hurdle guides it in. Sissons and Barbashev flood the zone. Hurricanes the quick recovery, though. Near side of center. Hard hit Barbashev on Chatfield. Puck into the Knights zone. Theodore cuts it off in the slot. Left wing to McNabb. He clears it out, but it goes right to the stick of Blake, who dumps it back in for the Hurricanes. Carter Hart side of his net. Hands it off to McNabb. Theodore from the corner. Trying to rim it up the boards. That doesn't work. Theodore into the slot. It comes off Sissons' stick. Sissons needs some help. He's double-teamed. Put it to the high slot, and it's angled out Barbashev to Hurdle. Back to the left. Here's Sissons. Got a whistle. Knights had possession of the puck. And I'm not sure why the whistle was blown. Is there an injured player? Yes, Taylor Hall was down beneath us, so we couldn't see him. He was in the corner. There's no penalty on the play. The whistle was blown because of an apparent injury. But the Knights had possession of the puck, and Taylor Hall was fine. He got up and skated off. So the Golden Knights say, why did you blow the whistle? We had a transition opportunity. If you're not going to call a penalty, you can't blow the whistle there. I mean, Taylor Hall cross-checks McNabb and then gets cross-checked by McNabb himself. The referees blew the whistle but should not have. Taylor Hall, despite being down on the ice, prevents a Golden Knights breakaway at the other end by pretending he was severely injured. He got up and skated off. He was just fine. 13:45 to go in the second. 1-1 tie in Game 5. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
California's #1 casino just got better. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is now the only AAA 5-diamond rated casino hotel in the country. Become a Club Serrano member today and enjoy perks and exclusive rewards. VIP at another casino? Trade up and take advantage of the tier and offer match program at Yamava Resort and Casino, voted #1 casino outside of Vegas by Newsweek. You in? Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter.
Every day, we wake up to endless possibilities. And for almost 100 years, Southwest Gas has been there, helping build the kinds of relationships that turn neighborhoods into communities, houses into homes, and big dreams into reality. We're fueling everyday life with energy service that's reliable, affordable, and most importantly, safe. Because at Southwest Gas, we're not just delivering energy service, we're fueling the moments that matter most.
At NV Energy, we do more than keep the lights on.
We're first responders,
weather watchers,
and good neighbors.
Yes, we fix lines,
but we also build new ones, prevent fires,
and we put on some pretty good barbecues on the weekends.
We try to get home at night in time to help with homework,
and then head back out for another shift into any kind of weather.
Because that's our commitment to you.
At home
and in our communities.
We're the people of NV Energy. This is what we do.
Back to the Stanley Cup playoffs with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
1-1 tie. 13:40 to go. Second period. Game 5 Stanley Cup final. Series tied 2-2. It's now a best-of-3 series. Hurricanes and Ozone takeaway and a shot. Blocked. Going to get hit Coughlin as he defended Jankowski in front. Either it hit Coughlin or it hit Carter Hart. Either way, it went wide of the goal. Knights back. Coughlin takes the check. Knights get the puck. Lozon pushed it up the boards, knocked away. Knights have numbers on the near side. Spiked off the sidewall by Dowd out to center. Picked up by Robinson. Flips it in. Coughlin sticks it left to Lozon. Advances the puck through center. Cole Smith and Nikishin start shoving. Puck goes all the way into the Carolina zone. Gostisbehere back and standing behind his net as new players come on. Line changes brought to you by William Hill. Knights out shooting the Canes 10-6. 13 minutes to go in the second period. Each team with one goal in the first. Hanifin throws it out. Marner tips it in. Eichel strides in after it. Stahl is back. Gave it away to Marner. Missed the goal on a pass. Maybe hoping for Eichel. Mishandled momentarily by the Canes. Here the Knights bench. They do get it to center though. Pressure comes at center by Stone, creating a turnover. Hanifin plays it up. Marner with Eichel, close quarters left wing. Bouncing away from Marner, though, it goes back the other way. Hard hit by Stone on Jacob Slavin as the Hurricanes are forced into icing.
I think that was Seth Jarvis that Stone hit Dan. And
you're right.
The only reason I say that is that's the third time in the series that Stone has wallpapered Seth Jarvis.
Jarvis is number 24, but the back of his jersey is tucked in his pants, so Slavin is 74 and Jarvis 24. Ozone draw for the Knights after the icing. Carlson between Dorofeev and Howden. Hurricanes win the draw, courtesy their captain, Jordan Stahl. A goal today and a goal in each of the first 5 games of the final. He has 8 goals in the playoffs. 6 goals in this series. Knights get the puck in, but an icing whistle. 12:02 to go in the second and a 1-1 tie.
This is a close call. Dorofeev appeared to be right around the red line. Usually that's close enough.
The referee was pointing. I wondered if he was going to change the location of the draw as he talks with Carlson. The referee, Wes McCauley, but no, they will not change the call. Icing against the Knights. Left circle face-off. William Carlson will take it for the Knights. It ends up on the sideboards. Walker rims it behind for Carolina. To the near side right wing. Miller pinches in, put it behind. Theodore in pursuit. Martinook lost it to Theodore. Theodore has it, using the sidewall, got it up the boards. Nifty play by Howden to work it ahead. Dorofeev in pursuit, right corner, joined by Carlson. He takes a check by Aho. Pops loose, and the Hurricanes get it deep in their own zone. Airborne clear. Hannafin knocks it down at the Vegas line. It's an offside play for the Kings. Just as the Knights were trying to get their top liners out there, Eichel, Stone, and Marner. They did get those guys out there. Again in the second period, closer to the attacking zone. But on the road, you see who's out for the opposing team. So those guys go right off based on who's come on for Carolina.
William Carlson being looked at on the Golden Knights bench, Dan. Took that hit and he stood up straight right away. Something got jarred loose.
He's sitting on the bench. Mike Muir, the athletic trainer, checking on him. There's a pop fly on goal. Carter Hart gloves it. Holds on for the whistle.
Because Taylor Hall is complaining about something after every whistle.
Looks like they're tending to Carlson's left forearm or wrist. Ozone draw coming for the Hurricanes. Carlson now goes for a skate over toward the near corner, which means he's going to the dressing room. And William Carlson unavailable for the time being. Here in Raleigh, it's one of just a handful of arenas where you cannot access the dressing room from the bench. You have to skate to the opposite side of the ice to get to the dressing room. Montreal and San Jose are other locations like that. So Carlson has gone to the dressing room with 11:25 to go in the second period. Got checked against the boards behind the Carolina goal. So no William Carlson for the time being. We'll keep an eye on that. 1-1 tie, 11:25 to go, second period. Knights win the draw. Dowd in his own zone won that one. Lozon whips it out. Cole Smith tied up by Gostisbehere. No call. Puck does go all the way in. Kolasar to Dowd who centered. Cole Smith tried to kick it to himself. It didn't work. Hurricanes break out. Lozon and Coghlan combined to deflect it away from the rush. It's on goal. Now penalty coming up against the Knights. Referee puts his hands up. They're going to get one guy or both guys. Skirmish ensues. Puck had come on goal. Carter Hart made the stop. Kolasar trying to drag Blake out of the skirmish. Linesman restraining Kolasar and Blake. Lozon is receiving a penalty for sure. Will they get both? Roughing is the call against Lozon. He knocks over Stankoven. Stankoven basically puts his arm around Lozon's stick and falls over backwards.
Yeah, they're engaged with one another, and Lozon is guilty of being the bigger, stronger guy. This is a...
I'll take it a step further, Gary. I think Stankoven grabs hold of Lozon's stick and falls over intentionally to make it look like Lozon knocks him over.
Yeah.
I think it was much smaller than Lozon. I think Lozon, they're engaged, as you said. Yeah. I think Stankoven totally fools the officials. He grabs he grabs Lozon's stick like a bear hug and then falls over backwards to make it look like he's been shoved down to the ice.
And something happened in that scrum to Keegan Kolasar. He's over on the bench flexing his jaw, and that's what Cole Smith was heated about. Golden Knights got to kill it either way.
Power play for the Hurricanes. They have been very good in this series. They were 1 for 3 in Game 4. They're up to 4 power play goals on 11 chances in the series. 4 for 9 in 3 games. Knights win the draw and clear. Also, keep in mind there's no William Karlsson for now. Normally an expert penalty killer, if not the best in team history among forwards. It's Sissons up front, along with Nick Dowd, plus McNabb and Theodore defending. Hurricanes gain the line. Theodore tipped a pass. Goes to the corner. Rimmed hard around to the near side right. Aho is there. Quick back and forth with Gostisbehere. Jarvis chased by Sissons. Feed right. Aho shoots. Knocked down. Rebound is loose in front. It trickles. Knocked away. It's still loose in front. McNabb jabs it along. Trickles and it stays in the zone. Gostisbehere put it down into the right corner. Back and forth on the right wing side with Ehlers. Gostisbehere left in a shot. Hart the save. Shifting to his right with the pads. And then got the trapper on top for the whistle. Down to a minute 13 on the power play.
Golden Knights did a nice job fronting Jordan Staal out in the slot there. He's been dangerous there for sure. Combination of McNabb and Theodore working against Staal. Prevent him from banging any loose change in there.
And Carter Hart was knocked over in that sequence as well. So at least at one point, had the puck got in, they might have had to review it. But then action continued. Hart reset himself.
Reviews aren't going Vegas' way in this series.
1:13 left on the power play. 1-1 tie nearing the halfway mark of the second. Hurricanes win the draw. Now Eichel and Marner, the forwards. Anderson and Hannafin, the D. A shot got tipped on. Hart stayed with it. Centering pass turned aside. Puck goes behind. Hall rims it, but too strong out of the zone. Taken back in his own blue by Nikishin. Eichel aggressive on the forecheck. Created a loose puck, but Nikishin has it again. Blake comes through center, charging right side. Blake through the right circle, peels off, loses an edge. Hannafin pokes it up the boards. Marner couldn't get it out. Ehlers walks the line going left. Ehlers with the puck coming off a three-point game. Pass got tipped out by Marner. Back to his own side of the ice. Nikishin again watched by Eichel. Jack goes to the bench, replaced by Brett Howden. Marner with the forecheck. Eventually the Canes come across the red line. Marner again knocks down a pass. Marner knocked over despite not having the puck. Marner leads Howden shorthanded left wing. Howden with a few shorthanded goals. Checked hard. Down to his knees and into the left corner. Hurricanes get the puck going the other way. Onside, penalty at 5 seconds. Puck forced to the right corner. Another collision. McNabb knocks this man down. We've got a whistle.
Vegas is going to get another penalty here.
Chris Rooney calls cross-checking against McNabb, it appears. Just as the penalty time ran out.
Vegas under 3, 2 minutes cross-checking.
Consecutive power plays for the Hurricanes. And this will come after immediate timeout. Knights successful on the kill, but a cross-check by McNabb into the shoulder blades of Jackson Blake and into the right corner. Brett Howden was cross-checked into the corner at the other end, short-handed. They didn't call that. Brett Howden is a much bigger player than is Jackson Blake. Take a timeout with 9:03 to go in the second period. 1-1 tie. Hurricanes now outshooting the Knights 11-10. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Hi, I'm attorney Adam Kuttner. I grew up playing hockey. To win in hockey, you have to be aggressive, you have to work hard, and you have to have a great team. And it's no different when I'm representing my clients in their personal injury cases. My team and I work hard to get you the maximum settlement as quickly as possible, because winning is everything.
If you've been injured in an accident, ask attorney Adam Kuttner, 702-382-0000. That's 382-0000.
For years, everyone thought Verizon had the best network, because they did. But now the best mobile network in the U.S. is T-Mobile. T-Mobile's network has the most advanced 5G, with more towers, and their signal reaches further than ever. So you can text and Insta-talk and say, "You won't believe where I am."
T-Mobile has the best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. See T-Mobile.com/network.
Hey, Vegas. Hungry for game day? Nacho Daddy, proud sponsor of your Vegas Golden Knights, has you covered with winning specials. Suit up for the return of the Golden Knight Nachos, stacked with marinated filet mignon, gooey cheese, and all the fixins. And here's the power play. Show us your game day ticket, and your first Daddy's Margarita is on us. Celebrate 9 seasons of Vegas-born greatness with Nachos. Nacho Daddy. Never a dry chip, always a great time. Visit us after the game and unite the realm. Must be 21 or older for margaritas. Please drink responsibly. Let's get back to Dan Duva and Gary Lawless for more Stanley Cup Finals action.
Hurricanes to the power play again. Knights just killed off the first Canes power play. Penalty kill brought to you by Just Ingredients. Carolina managed 3 shots during its first power play. Here comes their second. They win the draw. Gostisbehere left and a one-timer shot. Theodore clears the zone. Braden McNabb, the man in the box, cross-checking Blake. Carolina's power play has been dynamite in this series. 4 power play goals on their first 12 chances, including today. Hurricanes dump it in. Clockwise around the rim. Hart couldn't stop it. Lozon and Theodore defend down low. Hurricanes set it up. Aho to the point. Jarvis back to Aho, top of the right circle. Aho drops it down to the right goal line. Played out high by Ehlers. Gostisbehere walks left, passes right. Ehlers shoots, blocked by Lozon. Aho got the loose puck, dished it left. Taken there. Aho feeds right, off target. Taken off the right wing. Ehlers off the right boards, I should say. Ehlers dishes down low. Return pass eventually got to him after it was muffed. Ehlers right dot, hands it off down to the right goal line. Svechnikov, low to high, Gostisbehere. Svechnikov again, shoots, he scores! Carolina takes a 2-1 lead on a power play goal from Andrei Svechnikov. His 5th goal of the playoffs. A shot from the right wing circle on some perimeter passing. Eventually, Svechnikov, who had 12 power play goals in the regular season, let that one rip from the right dot. Now in the playoffs, 3 power play goals, and this one gives Carolina its first lead of Game 5.
Excellent passing work by the Hurricanes, and then this one, I don't think Carter Hart sees it. It's a shot from pretty good distance.
It might go through Lozon.
Through the legs of Lozon and then through the legs of Carter Hart. I think, Dan, is exactly what happened.
And I don't know if Lozon got a piece of it or not.
No.
Carolina takes a 2-1 lead. Each team with a power play goal in today's contest. Knights are 1 for 2. Hurricanes are 1 for 2. Hurricanes had 3 shots on their first power play. Needed just 1 on their second power play. Knights come out. Eichel to Hanifin on the right. Hoping for Marner. That doesn't work. Eichel with the red. Forward to Marner. Trying to flip it in for Stone. That doesn't work either. Hurricanes dump it in. Martin gets it all the way down. Back comes Carter Hart. Handing it off to Noah Hanifin. Rips it ahead. Tipped all the way down by Brett Howden. Bussey comes way out to play it and does connect with a forward. Collision in the neutral zone. Hurricanes get it in. McNabb steers it behind his goal for Theodore. Banks it right wing. To center. It's missed by Sissons. And through his legs and right to a Hurricanes defenseman. In they go. Coming right in the shot. Knocked down in front. The Stankoven flashing into the crease. Picked up by Theodore. Played it through center. And Sissons deflects it down. That's just the second period goal scored by the Hurricanes in this series. Knights had outscored them 9-1. Now Sissons a look. Walks toward the middle. Tried to pass it. And not Jarvis, but Slavin got a piece. Hurricanes the other way. Knights take it back at their own blue. Lozon to Coughlin. Dillon whacks it to center. Paul cut it off and sends it back in. Wally was checked by Dowd. Coughlin ahead to Lozon. Gains the blue and dumps it in. 6:25 to go, second period, Game 5. Hurricanes lead it 2-1. In they go, a 2-on-2 rush. Hanifin and Lozon are back. Martinuk, the attacking player with Aho. Aho now in the right corner. Knocked off a stick by Hanifin. Out to the line. Deflected out by Dowd. Cole Smith getting to it. One hands it into the zone. Gostisbehere cut it off, but no, it ends up in the right corner. Dowd takes the check, trying to get the puck. 3-on-3 battle right corner. Kolasar came away with it, but then knocked away from him by Aho. Up the boards. Anderson trying to keep it in, but it comes out to center. Hanifin back in his own zone. The former Hurricane skates left and dumps it in. All the way around it goes. Eichel tipped it. Anderson fakes the drive. Works down to the right corner. Tried to javelin style poke it to the opposite corner. It doesn't work there. Right point kept in by the Knights. Puck ends up in the slot. knocked off the stick of Marner, and the Hurricanes go the other way. Stone, a hard hit on Aho. Hurricanes dump it in from the Keeshan stick down to the left corner. McNabb turns it along for Anderson. Lifts it to the line. Stahl trying to kick it but missed. Stone and Stahl get locked up. Marner reaching, couldn't get the loose puck. Hurricanes come in. Miller drop pass and a shot blocked by McNabb. Rebound for Stahl. He couldn't get a shot away. Too many sticks in the way. Stahl runs into Marner, who lifts it out. And the Hurricanes go back to their own zone for the puck. Walker with 5 minutes to go in the second period. Hurricanes get it deep. Back go the Knights to retrieve. Whipped out to center by Theodore. Marner tips it right. Eichel comes in. Eichel through the right circle. Knocked off his stick. Tried to tap it in front, but nobody home. Hurricanes get the puck in their own end. Eichel just had the stick knocked from his hands. Referees don't call anything. Sissons takes it away. Stretch pass. Howden comes in. Howden stick check. Shot goes wide. Howden looks to the official. Thought there might be a penalty, but there is none. Brett Howden leading the postseason with 14 goals. Once again, a rush opportunity, but this time a stick check. Not a penalty, with a save by Bussey, preventing Howden from scoring. Sissons from his own blue. Forward to Dorothea, that got by him. Chatfield ahead, and Stankoven gets it down. Carter Hart rims it near boards. Bouncing along, Stankoven off the stick. Down back to retrieve. Down skates to center alongside Dorothea. Down into the zone. Down goes right. Charging. Gets to the net. Saves. Collision at the right post. Still a loose puck. Collision shoving. No whistle yet. Still a loose puck back to the goal. Down gets it. Down drags it left. Passes left point McNabb. Shoves it right, but out of the zone. Hurdle's got to play it in his own blue. In the meantime, Chatfield's helmet has come off. He puts the helmet back on so he can continue playing. Right wing Anderson shoots, save. Chatfield then plays the puck in front. Checked by Barbashev. Hurdle and Barbashev to it in the right corner. 3:25 to go second period. Hurricanes leading it 2-1 in game 5. Puck at the right point. Lozon shoots it wide. Off the backboards, left corner. Hurdle lands a check in the corner. Puck deflects to the middle of the ice. And out goes Stankoven. 1 against 2. Stankoven shoots it wide right. Off the near boards. Swept down by McNabb as he gets run in his own end by Stankoven. Hurricanes retrieve and tag up and dump it back in to the near side corner. 3 minutes to go in the second. 2-1 Carolina. Battle for the puck is on the near side right wing for the Hurricanes offensive zone. It slides behind the Knights' net. Jeremy Lozon for Vegas there. Up the wall, Barbashev. Now to center off Tomas Hurdle. And the Hurricanes take it back near their own blue. Eichel tried to get it there, but could not. Hurricanes managed to dump it in. McNabb and the linesman collide. Lozon gets it behind his net. Fires left for McNabb. Lumbers towards center. Finds Marner in stride. Speeds into the zone. Marner motors right. Curls off. Hands it off Howden. Howden carving his way right. Shot from Marner. Sharp angle save. Rebound shot. Theodore blocked. Rebound taken by the Hurricanes. Walker clears the zone. Far side. A check on Stahl. Puck goes down. Is there a delayed penalty? No. Look out. Puck goes left. And a shot. They score! Aho slashing in from the left wing, and the Hurricanes lead by 2. 2:09 to go in the second period. The Hurricanes have erased a 1-0 deficit. 1 in the first, now 2 in the second. Sebastian Aho delivers his 5th of the playoffs. The Hurricanes lead 3-1 with 2:09 to go in the second.
Vegas has all kinds of pressure at one end of the ice. And great play by the Hurricanes. They have been opportunistic. And Carter Hart has allowed 3. This time he's out of position again.
The feed was from the right point toward the left. Aho took it off the outside of his right skate. It went to his stick blade, and he flipped it in at the short side post. Before the ensuing draw, there are verbal exchanges at the red line. And Chatfield now escorted to the bench by the officials. Jawboning with Kolasar. Well, it's another multi-goal lead. No multi-goal lead has been safe in this series, but it's the first multi-goal lead here in Game 5. Hurricanes have scored 3 in a row after they trailed 1-0. 2 of their goals have come here in the second period. Hurricanes on it at center. Jankowski dumps it in. Puck goes behind the net. Hannafin rims it near side. Hannafin bowled over. Puck comes off the wall. Feed into the high slot. Reeled in, and a shot attempt tipped wide. Rebound to the near side corner. Hannafin trying to get it for the Knights. Jabbed up the wall. Gathered by Cole Smith. He clears the zone, but fired it right to Stankoven, who rips it back in. Remember, the Knights are without William Karlsson, who exited the game during this period. They were tending to his forearm, his left forearm. He had been checked back behind the Carolina goal. Karlsson skated off to the locker room. We have not seen him since then. Hannafin in his own end, trying to clear the zone, could not. It ends up behind the Vegas goal. Taylor Hall gets to it. Hall feeds left point. Miller shoots. Knocked down in front. Picked up by Vegas. Down skates it ahead. Checked along the boards by Blake. Down loses his stick near the bench. Puck bounces into Carter Hart. He covers it up with a minute to go in the second period. Whistle to stop play. Final minute brought to you by Credit One. 1 to go in the second. Svechnikov on the power play from Gostisbehere and Ehlers. Then Aho at even strength from Walker and Martinook. First goal at 11:58. The next one at 17:51. And now we will have immediate timeout. Shots are even at 14 aside, but the Knights have only their power play goal to show for it. Dorofeev for Michael and Hertl. 7 minutes into the game. Since then, 3 straight for the Hurricanes. We'll be right back. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Hey, Vegas. Hungry for game day? Nacho Daddy, proud sponsor of your Vegas Golden Knights, has you covered with winning specials. Suit up for the return of the Golden Knight Nachos, stacked with marinated filet mignon, gooey cheese, and all the fixins. And here's the power play. Show us your game day ticket, and your first Daddy's Margarita is on us. Celebrate 9 seasons of Vegas-born greatness with Nacho Daddy. Never a dry chip, always a great time. Visit us after the game and unite the realm. Must be 21 or older for margaritas. Please drink responsibly.
The legendary El Cortez Hotel and Casino, Las Vegas's original downtown hotspot since 1941. Play the slots, hit the tables, sip on classic cocktails, and enjoy hospitality the old school way. Experience the perfect mix of vintage Vegas charm and modern excitement that can't be found anywhere else. Whether you're here to stay, play, or dine, the good old days of Las Vegas are alive and well at El Cortez Hotel and Casino.
At Access, we believe that music and sports are best enjoyed live and in person. That's why we're passionate about providing fans with tickets to the hottest sporting events and concerts around the world, including right here in Vegas. The Access ticketing app is safe, simple, and secure, and you can find it in the App Store for iOS or the Google Play Store for Android. Or visit us at Access.com to find tickets to your next unforgettable live experience. That's AXS.com. Access, your ticket to Las Vegas.
Back to the Stanley Cup playoffs with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Minute to go in the second period. Hurricanes 3, Knights 1. The only goals this period belong to the Hurricanes. They had only 1 goal in the second period of the series. Hurricanes win an ozone draw. Side of the net. Loose puck comes in front and the shot blocked. Rebound. Theodore gloves it to himself. Banks it off the far wall and Mark Stone. He lifts it to center. 45 seconds to go in the middle period. Marner with pressure forces a turnover. McNabb plays it ahead for Stone. He breaks. Stone high on the right side. Pressure there and he whips it low. Eichel in pursuit, chasing the puck around to the near side left wing corner. Hurricanes down it there. Puck comes back out of the zone. Theodore's forward pass got knocked down. McNabb plays a rink wide right. Marner with 22 seconds sends a bouncer in. It's off the right side of the goal. Bussey signals for the D to go get it. They clear off Anderson sticking out. Marner's back in his own blue. Marner fires forward to Stone. Off the skate, off the stick. Loses the puck. Pressure on a reach in by Stahl. Hurricanes dump it in. 5 seconds to go. Knights send it out to center. That'll do it for the period. Can't even hear the horn. It is that loud at Lenovo Center in Raleigh. The Hurricanes have rallied from 1-0 down to take a 3-1 lead in Game 5, looking to take a 3-2 series lead. They have not led the series at any point. Knights led 1-0, led 2-1, but the Hurricanes have tied the series at 1-1 and 2-2. Can they take a 3-2 series and force the Knights to the brink of elimination? Gary, it's 3-1 Carolina after 40 minutes in Game 5.
Well, the first thing is the Golden Knights will have to figure out if they're going to get William Karlsson back, and then I would imagine there's a conversation between Sean Burke and John Tortorella about the goaltender. Listen, there's some things we can't see from up here where things get tipped or whatever, but the last goal in the power play, it goes, it's right between his legs. That's one that Carter, I think, normally saves. And then the last goal here that just happened as well. I didn't love that one either. But again, they're not here without Carter Hart, but they do have a Stanley Cup winning goalie in Aiden Hill. He hasn't played once in the playoffs. It might be really hard to put him in right here in this situation. Carolina did it earlier in this series with Bussy, and he's been pretty good.
Carolina 3, Vegas 1. Goals in the period. Svechnikov on the power play from Gostisbehere and Ehlers. Then Aho at even strength from Walker and Martinook. The only goals in that period. Back in the first, it was Dorofeev to get the scoring going. Power play goal. Pavel's first point in the final. His 11th goal overall. Tied for second most goals in the playoffs. Dorofeev from Eichel and Hurdle at 652. And then Stahl from Ehlers and Jarvis back in the first. Let's go downstairs to the Knights dressing room, and let's welcome Ivan Barbashev to the broadcast. Hey, Ivan, Dan and Gary in the radio booth, thanks for stopping by. What do you make of how tonight's game has unfolded so far?
Yeah, I mean, give up a couple goals in the second, so down 3-1. I think there's been some good minutes for us, from us, but just got to stick with it going into the third.
It didn't look like they had much going, and then you get into a little bit of penalty trouble. You lose Karlsson. A lot of adversity right there, Ivan. How do you fight it?
Well, I think we've done a really good job all playoffs long. No matter what happens, you just got to stick with it, keep playing, stick to our plan, and I think we've been pretty successful with it, and we've been a really good third period team. So I can't wait to see what we can do in the third.
What would you like to feature in terms of trying to get back into the game?
Probably some ozone time, just kind of back and forth, a lot of flips, and we just got to, get some pucks to the net and just try to find the back of the net.
Ivan, thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
Ivan Barbashev from the Knights dressing room. Ivan has 14 points in 20 games coming into this one, including a couple of game-winning goals, leading the postseason with hits. Started today's game with 101. And has at least a couple. They continue to tabulate such things during the intermission. But Barbashev, the most hits in this postseason. Interestingly, though, Gary, the Knights have started Barbashev, Eichel, and Stone together, but at some point during the first period, Marner joined Eichel and Stone, as we have seen before. And we thought that might be just for a shift or two, but it pretty much has remained Marner on the top line with Eichel and Stone. That was even before William Karlsson exited.
Yeah, so, it puts a lot of pressure on that line. They become, really one of your few offensive threats, and they haven't got it done so far. So, listen, Tortorella's down there, and he has the feel for it. What we can say is, since they started to make changes, Vegas hasn't been successful.
No, exactly right. No update at the moment on William Karlsson. If we do hear anything, we'll let you know. But he exited during the second period with an apparent left arm injury. They were checking his left forearm, maybe his wrist, hard to tell exactly, but it was around his left forearm, and that was after he was checked against the boards behind the Carolina goal. William Karlsson, of course, was injured back in the fall. He has now played 15 playoff games, which, of course, is now more than he played in the regular season. 14 games back in October and November, at 7 points in the regular season. Then he's up to 9 points here in the playoffs, but no William Karlsson for the second half of second period. We'll keep an eye on his status for the third. Again, the Knights took a 1-0 lead today, but the Hurricanes have scored 3 in a row. A 3-1 lead going to the second intermission. All 4 games in this series so far, at some point, have been tied in the third period. The Knights need to come from behind and erase another multi-goal lead. That has happened in every game in the series so far. Can it happen again here in Game 5? And over the course of the last 3 games of the Stanley Cup Final, Carolina has outscored Vegas in the third 9-1, including last game 2-0. Intermission report with Ryan Wallace when we come back. 3-1 Hurricanes after 2 in Game 5. Series tied 2-2. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor, it's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights radio.
Hockey lives here.
And with a shot turned out and parked wide by Aho. He swings a wraparound.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
I feel like I'm getting robbed when I bet the Stanley Cup on a sports book.
Dude, delete that app. You need to be using Polymarket.
Polymarket?
Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for greedy sports books.
Even during the Stanley Cup?
Especially during the Stanley Cup. Polymarket is an official prediction market of the NHL.
No way. What's the catch?
No catch. And it's available in all 50 states. Polymarket is so confident you'll never go back, they're giving you $50 free on your first trade.
I'm deleting my sportsbook app. How do I get started?
Download Polymarket now and use promo code EPIC for $50 free on your first trade. Stop letting sportsbooks steal from you. Download Polymarket and use promo code EPIC for $50 free on your first trade. Use promo code EPIC. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Hi, I'm attorney Adam Kuttner. I grew up playing hockey. To win in hockey, you have to be aggressive, you have to work hard, and you have to have a great team. And it's no different when I'm representing my clients in their personal injury cases. My team and I work hard to get you the maximum settlement as quickly as possible, because winning is everything.
If you've been injured in an accident, ask attorney Adam Kuttner, 702-382-0000. That's 382-0000.
Welcome to Win City, where a hat trick means more than just 3 goals in a hockey game. It's also when you reach 3 goals in life. You make the perfect souffle. You graduate with that diploma. You land your dream job.
Goal for the hat trick! What a play!
Another great play is scoring the official credit card of the Vegas Golden Knights with exclusive perks and benefits for VGK fans. See if you pre-qualify at CreditOneBank.com. Terms apply. Credit One Bank, for what's ahead.
When accidents happen, the road gets rough. But for insurance companies standing in the way of justice, it's about to get bumpier. Because at Anthem Injury Lawyers, we don't back down. We fight harder, go farther, and never settle for less than you deserve. If they're not ready to play fair, they better buckle up. Anthem Injury Lawyers. Justice served, millions recovered. Call Anthem Injury Lawyers at 702-857-6000 or visit antheminjurylaw.com.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to americaFirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
1 period left in regulation. Let's go to Ryan Wallace with the intermission report on the Vegas Golden Knights radio network.
You spoke and the Golden Knights listen. The new VGK Locals menu is available at all the team's home games through the postseason. The menu features hot dogs, nachos, water, fountain soda, pretzels, and popcorn for just $5.50 each. Season ticket members also receive an additional 10% off on all concessions, including the VGK Locals menu. Go Knights, go. To intermission report, the Golden Knights trailed the Carolina Hurricanes 3-1 after 2 periods of play here in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final. Taking a look at the highlights in the second period, the Golden Knights took back-to-back penalties, and Carolina made them pay with Andrei Svechnikov's power play goal.
Ehlers right dot, hands it off down to the right goal line. Svechnikov, low to high, Gostisbehere. Svechnikov again, shoots, he scores! Carolina takes a 2-1 lead on a power play goal from Andrei Svechnikov. His 5th goal of the playoffs.
Andrei Svechnikov from Shane Gostisbehere and Nikolai Ehlers, 11:58 of the second period, made it 2-1 Carolina, a power play goal. Then the Hurricanes extended their lead with Sebastian Aho's 5th of the postseason.
Is there a delayed penalty? No. Look out, puck goes left, and a shot, they score! Aho slashing in from the left wing, and the Hurricanes lead by 2.
Sebastian Aho from Sean Walker and Jordan Martinook. 17:51 of the second period, 3-1 Carolina. That's where we stand after 2 periods of play. We're back with more in a moment. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Shane Ivey here with
Darren Millard from the Vegas Golden Knights.
When it comes to luxury, no one does it better than Finley Cadillac in the Valley Auto Mall.
Plus, they have an exceptional service department with a team of highly skilled technicians. They go above and beyond to keep vehicles running smoothly.
Whether it's routine maintenance, repairs, or upgrades, they have you covered. Their team of experts provides top-notch service, ensuring your car stays in pristine condition.
Plus, Finley Cadillac in the Valley Auto Mall offers convenient pickup and delivery.
Visit them online at finleycadillac.com to schedule your appointment.
We're chatting with our guest, always safety first, 811 Megaphone Man.
Call 811 before you dig.
You never stray from your mission of letting homeowners, landscapers, and excavators know you should always call 811 before you dig.
Call 811.
Call for both small and big jobs. And 2 working days in advance?
811.
Any parting words? And I'm guessing they will be...
Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Southwest Gas.
811.
Make this your summer to save at Lexus of Henderson. Whether you're heading out on a family road trip or looking to upgrade your daily drive, now is the time to experience luxury for less. Discover exceptional offers on the 3-row Lexus TX and the versatile RX lineup, available at gas, hybrid, and plug-in hybrid models. Plus, take advantage of rates as low as 3.49% APR on select models. Visit Lexus of Henderson in the Valley Auto Mall or online at lexusofhenderson.com. OAC up to 48 months. See store for details.
Hey, Jeff, how's the new job working out?
Really sucks. Terrible boss and the paycheck is even worse. I gotta get a new job.
Truck you.
Wait, what?
Truck you.
You don't have to curse at me.
Dude, you should check out Truck You CDL training. My brother got his CDL license in 4 weeks and now he has a new career making great money.
Okay, I'm listening.
Truck You offers small classes with night and weekend times available. They will even help with payment programs. Check them out. Truck, the letter U, LV.com. Truck You.
There's a difference you can feel when you step into the showroom at Finley Honda Henderson. Sure, our cars are beautiful, built to last, and our certified pre-owned inventory is one of the largest in the country. But the difference is our people. From the sales floor to the service department, we're focused on you. Because when you're the center of our attention, everybody wins. It may not be what you're used to, but we think it should be. Welcome to the difference at Finley Honda Henderson in the Valley Auto Mall.
Back to Ryan Wallace for his Stanley Cup Final Intermission Report.
The time has come to secure full season memberships for the 2026-27 season and be at T-Mobile Arena for all the action with the Golden Knights. Full season memberships begin at just $50 per game and offer significant savings compared to single game prices. Visit VegasGoldenKnights.com for more information on how to become a full season member. So intermission report, the Golden Knights trail the Carolina Hurricanes 3-1 after 2 periods of play here in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final. Stats of the period: shots 10-5, the edge to Carolina. Hits 30-27, Vegas for the game. Both Vegas and Carolina 1 for 2 on the man advantage. The Golden Knights 10 giveaways, 2 takeaways, 10 block shots. Carolina 11 giveaways, 2 takeaways, and 8 block shots. You know, it's interesting. I felt like for the Golden Knights, the first period for them in this game was their best first period of this series. And if that's the case for Vegas in the first, this was the best second period the Carolina Hurricanes have had in this series by extension. And for the Golden Knights, I mean, it started with the penalty trouble, right? Like, obviously, you get through the first power play for Carolina. You don't surrender a goal. That's positive. But then you can quibble with the call. You can quibble with both of them, quite honestly. But the fact of the matter is, Carolina finds a way on the power play. They're able to extend the lead. The good news for the Golden Knights here going to the third period is this has been a wacky series. Every single time there has been a multi-goal lead in this series, every game, that hasn't held up. The game has been tied after a multi-goal lead. So for the Golden Knights, got to find a way. Dig deep. Have to be better in the third period. That's the only way you can look at it to avoid facing elimination on Sunday. Third period action's coming up next. Dan and Gary, they've got the call. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
California's #1 casino just got better. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is now the only AAA 5-diamond rated casino hotel in the country. Become a Club Serrano member today and enjoy perks and exclusive rewards. VIP at another casino? Trade up and take advantage of the tier and offer match program at Yamava Resort and Casino, voted #1 casino outside of Vegas by Newsweek. You in? Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter.
Hey Golden Knights fans, want to score free tickets? Green Valley Grocery is giving away multiple pairs of VGK tickets every month through December. More winners, more chances, more fans inside the fortress cheering on the Knights. Download the Green Valley Grocery app and enter for your chance to win. Each game brings a new opportunity, only available through the app. Don't wait. Download the GVG app today and unlock exclusive rewards, surprise perks, and your chance at VGK tickets, only from Green Valley Grocery.
Wow Car Wash is the official car wash of your Vegas Golden Knights. Born in Vegas just like the Knights, Wow Car Wash has 18 convenient locations across the valley. Wow gets you in and back on the road. Looking championship ready with our Wow Max with Knights Defense Wash. Wow knows to be the best, you'd have to look your best. Be sure to follow Wow Car Wash on Instagram for exclusive deals, promotions, and giveaways. For a list of all locations, visit wowwash.com.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to americafirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, changing conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Being diagnosed with cancer was the hardest thing I've ever faced. Funny how when I got the news, it was life's simple things that mattered most, like nights out with the kids. As a candidate for a new clinical trial right here in Vegas, I've been able to spend more time with them, making memories, and never missing a family night out.
Comprehensive Cancer Centers. Here where you need us.
Back to the Stanley Cup Finals as the Golden Knights take on the Hurricanes.
I'm up ringside at Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. Game 5 Stanley Cup Final. The Knights and Hurricanes. Series tied at 2-2. Knights won the first game. Carolina tied at 1-1. Knights won the third game. Carolina tied at 2-2. The Hurricanes look to reestablish home ice advantage, and they did so in Game 4, making this a best-of-3 series. And after they trailed 1-0 in the first period, they've scored 3 in a row. They have a 3-1 lead going to the third period. Carter Hart remains in goal down to our left as we get ready for the third. Brandon Bussing making his second Stanley Cup playoff appearance of his career. Third appearance, second start, and he has kept the Knights to 1 goal on 12 shots. Inside the radio booth, I'm Dan Duva, alongside Golden Knights insider Gary Lawless. Gary is brought to us by Finley Honda of Henderson.
Finley Honda of Henderson, friend of the show, friend of the Golden Knights. Go see them. They can be friends of yours. William Karlsson has not reported for the third period as of yet.
Mike Beer, the athletic trainer, had a word for John Tortorella just a moment or two ago. We'll see if there's any update, as William Karlsson left with an apparent injury during the second period. This is 15th playoff game in a row as a bouncer comes into Carter Hart. He gloves it and holds on for the whistle. Karlsson played 14 regular season games back in October and November. Injured back in the fall, returned in time for the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Has appeared in each of the 15 games since returning, but is unavailable at this juncture. Karlsson had a goal and an assist in Game 4. Ozone faceoff coming for the Hurricanes. They got goals from Stahl, Svechnikov, and Aho after Dorofeyev scored the game's first goal for the Knights. Howden wins the draw for Vegas, behind for Anderson. Using the near glass, it comes down and on goal, no icing. Bussey sticks it down. Miller rims it around, cut off. Dorofeyev shot attempt knocked down. Side of the goal, it's snared. Bussey gloves it, remember catches with his right hand. Sissons tried to tip it in as he flashed by near the left post. Bussey secures it for the whistle. Bussey, a 27-year-old. He turns 28 next week. Bussey is undrafted from the North Shore of Long Island. 6'4", 218 pounds out of Western Michigan. This is his 4th year as a pro, but his first year in the NHL had been in the American League with AHL Providence, the Bruins AHL club. Signed with the Florida Panthers back in the summer and was placed on waivers, claimed by Carolina October 5th. And though Freddie Anderson started all the playoff games going into Game 4, it's Brandon Bussey who has been in position here in the last couple of games. After the ozone draw for the Knights, Carolina clears. Theodore and McNabb were checked deep in their own zone. They did get it out. But Vegas is forced into icing again. Eichel pointing, trying to signal that there should not have been an icing, but it does not appear as though that is going to be changed. Jack Eichel does have an assist today, but no goals in the Stanley Cup final. No goals and 3 assists. Eichel has not scored a goal in his last 6 games, just 1 goal in the last 17 games after he had 27 in the regular season. Left circle face-off. Aho wins it to the line, and a shot attempt. Blocker saved by Hart. The attempt by Jacob Slavin, left point. McNabb, the rebound behind the goal. Could not connect with Marner. It's a takeaway on the right. Svechnikov tried to center. Knocked away. Now up top, Chatfield shoots. Blocked in front. Theodore in the way of that try. Eichel speeds out. Banks it ahead. Got a stick in the face. No call. Eichel gets to it in the left corner. And the trapezoid 1 against 3. Hops to the near side right. Anderson pinching in. Checked up high by Svechnikov. Puck goes around and out to the left wing. Hanifin shoots. Wide right. An attempt to tip it by Howden, but it got by and goes to center. Barbashev laid it forward, but it went through the skates of Eichel as he heads off for a change. Barbashev and Howden on the forecheck. Barbashev a steal. Left wing, it's Tomas Hertl. Trying to navigate to the corner, but Chatfield knocked it loose. Barbashev got it back. He centers. Glove save! Redirection by Howden, and what a stop on the doorstep. Howden denied by Bussey.
Brandon Bussey has stepped into this series and become a massive storyline. He has outdueled Carter Hart so far in the last 2 games. Gave up the overtime winner in Game 3 and then was excellent in Game 4, and so far almost airtight in this one. Allowed an early power play goal to Vegas, but nothing else.
Knights win the draw. Coughlin shot wide. Rebound to the left wall. Lozano rims it around. It's poked out by Carrier. Now a race for the puck. Robinson diving play by Hart. Loses his stick. Hart scrambles back to the crease. Puck side of the goal. And it's knocked to the left corner by Lozano. Miller pinches in. Rims it around. Howden picks it up for the Knights. Try to fly it out to Barbashev, but tangled up with Carrier. Barbashev went down. Carrier gets the puck in his own zone for Carolina. 2 minutes gone, 3rd period. Hurricanes lead the Knights 3-1 in Game 5. Miller comes ahead. Passes through on the left wing. Cole Smith could not knock it down. Miller gets it deep for the Hurricanes. Far corner it goes. Dowd there along with McNabb. Pushed up the boards. Knights get it. Smith working out with Dowd. Onside. Gostisbehere knocked it loose. Dowd gets it back left goal line. He centered for Theodore. Broken up by Gostisbehere. Kolasar plays it into the right corner. 2 Knights, 2 Hurricanes. Up the wall. From the right point, returned low by Theodore. Now it's knocked back to center. Theodore takes it near the red line. Floats it opposite corner, left wing, far side. Knights begin to change the defense. New guys coming on, Hanifin and Anderson. Hanifin from his own blue. Skating left to right, dumps it in left corner. Around the roulette wheel to the near side, and Giller's on it for the Hurricanes. Using the sidewall, got it out. Marner cut it off his zone blue. Miscommunication there with Eichel, so it's backward to Anderson again. Left for Hanifin. Forward to Marner, tips it in. Eichel in pursuit. Slavin stripped to the puck. It ends up behind the net. Now a penalty coming against Vegas. Eichel was reaching for the puck, then he trips up Nikolai Ehlers behind the goal. And the Hurricanes will get their 3rd power play.
9 Vegas got a minor trip.
Carolina was twice whistled for delay of game in the first period, putting the puck over the glass. And Jack Eichel trips Nikolai Ehlers as they both went for the puck behind the Carolina goal.
I don't know how it's a trip because Jack doesn't hit his skate or his feet at all. He gives him a little tug along the hip, and Ehlers goes down big time. Wes McCauley's been fooled twice tonight.
Carolina power play, 5 goals in this series. Knights had surrendered a total of 6 power play goals in the first 3 rounds combined. Five for 13 in the series for the Hurricanes. And here's the faceoff. They win it. Gostisbehere straight on. Feeds right. And a shot attempt. Hart the save. Rebound deflected wide. McNabb and Theodore try to get it in the trapezoid. Instead of centering pass, Sissons trying to get it out. Could not. Tied up by Aho. Feed across toward Gostisbehere. Broke it up nicely. On the reach by Dow. Gostisbehere off the left wall. Scanning the middle. Dishes rink wide right. McNabb and Sissons defend the far side of the ice. 4 minutes gone in the third period. Hurricanes lead 3-1. They've scored 3 in a row after they trailed 1-0. Drop pass and a drive wide from Svechnikov. As Stahl was parked in front. He's got a goal today. 6 goals in the series. In the high slot, Gostisbehere. Left, down to the right. A one-timer, pad save. Aho let that one rip from the right wing. Kept in Gostisbehere. Back to the left wing side. Jarvis returns it for Gostisbehere. Jarvis again, creeps ahead. Passing left at the goal line. It's banked around by Ehlers to the far side right. Sissons defends there. Penalty at 50 seconds. Feed left. Jarvis shoots. Sucked in. And a save for Carter Hart in his belly. Penalty clock down to 48 seconds. 15:24 to go in the third. Hurricanes leading game 5, 3-1.
That time Carter Hart was in perfect position. He beats Jarvis to the spot, and it's an easy save for Carter Hart.
Jack Eichel is the man in the box for tripping Ehlers behind the Carolina goal. Should the Knights manage to get the penalty clock down to its final seconds, we'll see potentially Eichel come out of the box. Knights get the puck and Marner shoots it down. Marner and Howden together. They've generated 3 shorthanded goals as a duo. Marner has 4 shorthanded assists. 4 shorthanded goals by the Knights this postseason. Hurricanes have not allowed any in the postseason. Howden and Marner wave after wave, but the Hurricanes break through. Ehlers across the line with Hall. Left circle, he shoots, blocked by Anderson. Puck behind. Hanifin to it, far corner. Trying to play it up the boards. Cut off at the side wall, and it goes back behind the Knights' net. To the near side wall. Steered up the slot, not out. Held in by Hall. To the middle, his shot attempt knocked down by Anderson. Stankoven has the rebound, looks out high. Missed the target, it comes out of the zone. Eichel's penalty released. He'll stay on as the puck goes to the Carolina end. Hurricanes power play now 1 for 3. Penalty kill brought to you by Just Ingredients. 3-1 Hurricanes, 14:20 to go in the third period of game 5. Lausanne going back. Checked by Jankowski behind his net. Carrier comes in. Tied up by McNabb. Carrier escapes and centers, and a shot attempt blocked. Knights defending the crease well. Stone put it to the middle of the ice, and Cole Smith trying to hand it off. Eichel and Lausanne almost bumped into one another. Eichel taking the ice in front of him. Comes out to center, fires left. Tipped in by Barbashev down the left boards. Chatfield to it in the corner. Put it behind it. Hopped off Eichel's stick. Hurricanes control. Aho lifts it out. Bouncing near the Vegas line. Knights have it again. Stone for Eichel. Creeps in with Barbashev right wing. Barbashev to Eichel in the right corner. Eichel burrows in behind. Defended by Chatfield. Up top. And a Theodore try is knocked away side of the goal. Slavin took it away from Barbashev. Jousting left boards. Finally it goes out to center. Dorofeev has come on in front of his bench. Dorofeev triple team. Checked by his Svechnikov. Backward it goes. And now Theodore rink wide right. Coughlin plays it ahead. Missed Barbashev. It's an icing against Vegas.
Vegas has got to try and generate offense, and that's what Coughlin is trying to do there to free up Barbashev, but you got to, it's that mix of being aggressive and not making unforced errors, and that is an unforced error.
Barbashev on his last shift, Gary, back with Stone and Eichel. Again, no William Karlsson, injured during the second period.
We have received no report from the organization on Williams' status at this point.
Hurricanes have 6 shots this period. Knights have 2. Vegas wins the D-zone draw. Dorothea through the right circle. Peels off and shoots. Hit a stick side of the goal. Eichel is out there with Anderson. And now behind for Marner. Barbashev for Dorothea. Scanning the net front. Tucks it in front. Never got it through to Eichel. Defended well by Miller. Anderson left wall. Back down low for Eichel in the corner. Eichel pressured. Stripped to the puck by Miller. And the Hurricanes come the other way. To the offensive zone. A shot wide left. Hits the corner boards. Got by Blake. And it's smacked off the sidewall and out by Barbashev. Hurdle goes in for a look as it's pulled backward by Gostisbehere. Plays it ahead. Svechnikov navigates around Kolasar. Backhands it forward. Cut off by McNabb for the Knights at his own blue. Ahead on the right, Tomas Hurdle. Steers it in. Cut off and hit the linesman on an attempt to clear. Bouncing now to center. McNabb reaches. Pokes it to Theodore just before Martinook would have gotten control. Hurdle fails to dump it in. He'll back it up near his own blue. Looks over his right shoulder. Passing to McNabb. McNabb scans center. McNabb up to the red. Sends a bouncer in. Glove down. And handled by Nikishin in his own zone. Rifles it forward. Off a stick at center. Knights have it again. Theodore to Kolasar. He fails to get it in. Quick counter by Carrier. Knights get new defenders on, and a shot deflected over the goal. Hart looked to have gotten a piece on the shot by Carrier, who's got no goals and 4 assists here in the playoffs. 11:50 to go, third period. Hurricanes 3, Knights 1. But the Knights do kill off a Carolina power play here in the third.
Clock is starting to become an issue for Vegas. They need a strike soon.
And only 2 shots on goal in the third, 14 for the game, while the Hurricanes have amassed 21. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor, it's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Calling all Vegas Golden Knights fans. Hockey is back, and the RTC Game Day Express is your road to victory this season. For just $4 round trip, get a direct, fast, and easy ride to T-Mobile Arena from 6 convenient locations around the valley. Break away from traffic hassles and leave the driving to us. Visit rtcsnv.com/Game Day Express for details. Don't forget to follow us on social media, RTC SNV, for your chance to win tickets to VGK home games.
Vegas! On behalf of Knock the Injury Law, Golden Pipes, Carnell Johnson.
If you've been hurt, Knock the is the word. Call 702-INJURY.
Farhan Naqvi with Naqvi Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, your health, your peace, and your life can all be impacted. That's why Anthem Injury Lawyers fight for more than settlements. We fight to help you heal, rebuild, and move forward. Because we don't just win cases, we help you reclaim your life. When accidents happen, Anthem Injury Lawyers drive results. Call Anthem Injury Lawyers at 702-857-6000 or visit antheminjurylaw.com.
Back to the Stanley Cup Playoffs with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Knights trail 3-1 with 11:50 to go in the third period.
ESPN and Hockey Night in Canada are reporting that William Karlsson has gone to hospital for further evaluation. But we can't confirm or deny that. That's what they're reporting.
Karlsson exited during the second period. Got checked into the boards behind the Knights' goal. And it looked as though his left wrist or left forearm was under examination on the Knights bench, and then he skated off to the dressing room. Out in front, a big save by Hart to his left on a point-blank opportunity by Jordan Staal. Staal with one of the 3 goals today. That's going to take away at neutral ice. Slavin lost it. Stone in pursuit. Chatfield banks it out. Speeding for the puck, Jack Eichel. He wins the race, so no icing. Excuse me, it is an icing. Meanwhile, behind the play, an injured Carolina Hurricane. It's Jalen Chatfield who's reaching for his face. Mark Stone and Chatfield were dueling. And again, it was a clear down by the Hurricanes. The athletic trainer has come on. Jalen Chatfield reaching for his face. Stone got a stick in the face of Chatfield. Looked like the visor went up because Stone's stick blade lifted it. And the officials will now conference as the athletic trainer tends to Chatfield, who's on his belly in his own zone.
Mark Stone is...
Vegas number 61 has double minor, high sticking.
Went for nothing to a double minor. And now Vegas is in a massive hole.
Yeah, Jalen Chatfield got a stick blade in the face from Stone. It's a needless play. Stone wasn't even looking at Chatfield when it occurred. It was in the midst of what would have been an icing against Carolina. Stone heads to the penalty box. It's a double minor, high sticking against Mark Stone. And with the clock at 11:22 remaining in the third period, the Hurricanes will get their fourth and fifth power plays of the game. They have 7 shots over the course of their first 3 power plays. They scored back in the second period. Their second of 3 goals was the power play goal. Svechnikov from Gostisbehere and Ehlers. Again, they have in this series scored 5 power play goals, whereas the Knights had allowed a total of 6 in the first 3 rounds combined. Left circle draw for the Carolina power play, looking to pad their lead. Gostisbehere throws it right. McNabb and Dowd defend the far side of the ice. Gostisbehere dishes left. Jarvis closing. Back to the right. Checked by Aho at the right point. Knights get the puck. Sissons flips it down. Gostisbehere has been a power play revelation. In the regular season, he had 12 power play assists. He's got 7 here in the postseason, including 1 today. They get it in. Backhand shot wide of the goal from in tight by Jarvis. It just missed the net. Gostisbehere left point has the rebound. Ehlers left wall. Gostisbehere again. Back skates right. Lefty Gostisbehere looking. What'll he do? Passes back left for Ehlers. Top of the circle. Back to the right for Gostisbehere. Howden goes after him. Then Hanifin down low. Deflected pass. Howden steers it along to Marner, and he clears it down all the way back to the goaltender, Brandon Bussey. 10:20 to go in the third. Hurricanes 3, Knights 1. Double minor has a minute gone and 3 minutes to go. Mark Stone in the box for the Knights. Stone a -2 today. Here comes Taylor Hall across the line, narrowly onside, but poked to center by Eichel. Hurricanes have to tag up. Jankowski backs it up to Nikishin. Second unit on here for the Carolina power play. Nikishin, no power play points in the regular season. Stankoven speeds in, knocked off his stick. Cleared by McNabb the length of the ice.
25 seconds left in the first minor.
Back behind the Carolina goal. Here's Nikishin, pressured by Dowd. Nikishin had 10 power play points in the regular season, but has not been on the power play a good chunk of the postseason. No power play points. Hall carries it right, tried to dish to the point. Dowd intercepts. Hanifin failed to clear. He swung and missed. It's in the corner now. Dowd got it up the wall. Sissons skates it out 1 against 3. Sissons trying to buy some time. He got checked in the face. No call. Sissons looks right to the referee, who does not put his arm up.
That's perplexing.
Penalty clock down to 1:45. 9 minutes to go, third period. Hurricanes in the lead 3-1. Looking to take a 3-2 series lead in the Cup final. Gostisbehere throws it right. Hurricanes set up in the O-zone. Feed comes into the slot. Turnaround. Extra pass. Score! Svechnikov, his second power play goal of Game 5. 4-1 Hurricanes with 9 minutes left in regulation. A 3-goal advantage for the Hurricanes after they trailed 1-0. Svechnikov, who had 4 goals the entire postseason, has 2 today, both on the power play. And now 4 power play goals in the playoffs. Svechnikov got the dish from Ehlers as Carter Hart bit on the shooter, who backed his way to the slot. Ehlers made the dish to the right of the crease, and McNabb could not get to cover Svechnikov. An easy tap in for Svechnikov right of the crease. Lefty received it and time enough to slam it home to make it a 3-goal lead for the Hurricanes as Mark Stone's double minor costs the Knights dearly. First and only goal of the third period belongs to the Hurricanes. They've outscored the Knights 11-3 in the third period in this series. Hanifin takes the check deep in his own zone, got the puck up the boards, and it's out to center. Now Carter Hart has surrendered exactly 4 goals in each of the first 5 games of the Stanley Cup Final. Never before had a goalie given up 4 or more in the first 4 games of the Stanley Cup Final. And now it has happened in 5 consecutive games. Dorofeev leading Eichel into the zone. He got it to him, but it rolled off Jack's backhand. And the Hurricanes take it away. Eichel an assist today, 3 assists in the final, 19 assists in the postseason writ large. Jack has not scored a goal in the Stanley Cup Final, either this year or in 2023 for that matter. Beeler out high, shoots through traffic, save. Rebound bouncing around, sent across the slot by Tomas Hertl, but nobody home. Beeler smacks it down low. Hertl behind his net, looks toward the crease. Which way will he go? Lefty steps left, banks it to the near side, right wing. Coghlan shoots, deflected off the right side of the goal. Down busting through, gets the puck. Down going up the wall, feeds Coghlan. He shoots, tipped on, save! Bussy aggressively to the top of the crease. Stops the redirect by Barbashev. And the fans here at Lenovo Center on their feet and saluting Brandon Bussy in his first career start in the playoffs at Lenovo Center.
As they should. He's been a massive storyline tonight and in the last 2 games. He's been fantastic.
Gave up 1 goal in relief against the Knights in Game 3. Gave up a few goals in what was Game 4. And has given up just 1 goal today. Timeout with 7:27 to go in the third. Hurricanes lead 4-1. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
The Golden Knights have one mission at T-Mobile Arena: protect this fortress. And the Golden Knights aren't alone. T-Mobile Arena gets 24/7 power protection from EcoStruxure, the advanced IoT platform from Schneider Electric. With EcoStruxure, Arena staff can monitor every building system from a single screen. The result? Energy savings, comfortable fans, and a building ready for anything. That's EcoStruxure from Schneider Electric. Innovation at every level.
Ouch! Checked from behind. Man, that's gotta hurt.
I'd hire Morgan & Morgan if I were them.
What?
Yeah, Dan, America's largest injury law firm. They serve up justice, ice, cold, law. Know what I mean?
I guess.
Their gloves come off when they fight for you.
Okay.
I'm talking a settlement slap shot.
Shouldn't we be talking about the game?
Yeah, Dan. Morgan & Morgan.
Official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you. But we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low. And our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way. Because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
Let's get back to Dan Duva and Gary Lawless for more Stanley Cup Finals action.
Hurricanes lead 4-1, 7.25 to go third period. Hurricanes guilty of a hand pass in the neutral zone. Mark Stone called for a high-sticking Jalen Chatfield, double minor against Stone. Knights killed off the first half of the penalty, but not the second. Andrei Svechnikov delivers his second power play goal of the game. Ehlers and Gostisbehere assist at 11:08. Gives the Hurricanes a 3-goal lead. It's their largest lead of the series. Knights have the puck in their own zone. Banked out by Howden at the red line. Howden steers it ahead for Sissons. Back for Howden. Sandwiched in the slot. He gets a shot away. Save. Aho clears the rebound. Hanifin rushes back to his own zone. Meanwhile, Anderson checks Sean Walker. Some shoving and extracurriculars as play continued. Puck at the other end of the ice. Eichel carries ahead to Dorofeev entering on the right wing. Eichel banks it behind towards Stone. Stone goes for the hit on Ehlers. Hurricanes get the puck back out. Theodore at his own blue. Banks it right wing. Not enough to get it to Eichel. Stahl cuts it off. Sends a pop fly on goal. Carter Hart gloves it and leaves it in play. Knights down by 3 with 6:22 to go. Knights get it to center. Stone sets up Eichel. Eichel works in. Swarmed by the Hurricanes. Curls right, hands it off. Theodore carving through. He shoots, save. Rebound, score! Dorofeev pulls the rebound off the pads of the goaltender Bussey from his backhand to his forehand. Dorofeev's second goal of the final. Both have come in Game 5. And now the Knights trail 4-2 with 6:11 to go in the third period.
Well, we've seen lots of crazy stuff so far in this series. And great play here. Eichel gets it down to Dorofeev. Sorry, to Theodore, who gets it to Dorofeev, and Pav just goes to work right in front of Bussey. Great hands by the left-handed winger.
Again, the shot comes on net. It's a tough angle backhand shot by Theodore from outside the right circle dot. It hits the left toe of the goaltender Bussey. Dorofeev reaches and he pulls it off the pads on his backhand to his forehand side and tucks it home. Top of the crease. Dorofeev's 12th in the postseason, second today. This an even strength goal. Again, he had no points in the final until his 2 goals here today. And 12 goals in the postseason is second only to Brett Howden's 14. That's not just the Knights, that's league-wide. Center ice draw, 6:03 to go in the third, 4-2 Hurricanes. And now all of a sudden that power play goal from Svechnikov moments ago looms even larger than it had at the time.
ESPN has not shown a replay of the cross-check to the face of Colton Sissons that happened just before there. I'd like to see that.
Or the high stick to Jack Eichel behind the Carolina net. A number of things have not been called today. Carolina's power play is 2 for 5. Knights' power play is 1 for 2. And both penalties called against Carolina were automatic penalties. Puck over glass, delay of game. 6 minutes to go. Knights need 2 to tie. Anderson for Dowd, right wing side. Dowd sends it in front off a stick. A turnaround shot save. Rebound. Anderson couldn't find it after Hannafin centered the loose puck. Tomas Hertl pushes it down to the corner. Now behind the net. Walker using the glass fails to clear. Hannafin cuts it off, but then Carrier knocks it away from Hannafin. Carrier lifts it toward the Knights' end. Carter Hart there and waiting. Banks it off the near boards and out to center. There's Dowd. Dowd works it up to the Carolina line. Dowd was undercut by a falling Martinook. No call there. Theodore back to his own blue with McNabb. Navigates forward, sends it in off a stick. 5:08 to go in the third. Hurricanes lead 4-2. Dorofeev with the goal from Theodore and Eichel at 13:49 of the third. That stops the run of 4 consecutive goals by the Hurricanes. But we're down to 5 minutes left. Hurricanes off a deflection, get it deep, and the Hurricanes change. Line change is brought to you by William Hill. Varner takes the pass in his own zone. Back to McNabb. Rink wide right. Theodore fires left. Tipped on its way to Marner. It sails out of play. We'll have a neutral zone draw, the officials indicate. And a diving back check to prevent that pass from connecting to Mitch Marner. 4:42 to go in the third. Knights trail 4-2.
Carter Hart, we're going to have a media timeout here right now, but with 2 goals down, 4:42 left, John Tortorella will have to start thinking about getting Carter Hart out of the net.
Of course, the Knights surrendered an empty net goal with about a minute left in game number 4, which made the final 5-3 in game 4. Take a timeout here. 4:42 to go in the third. Knights trail 4-2. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the rewards program that loves it when you date night, bet the perfect parlay, lounge poolside, ooh, shiatsu, bottle service. Yeah, hit me. Shop till you drop. And then some. Earn and redeem on countless amazing experiences at MGM Resorts. This is MGM Rewards. Why be a guest when you can be a member? Visit MGMRewards.com for more. Earning and redemption limitations may apply to certain purchases in certain states.
Hello, I am Nikki Fargas, president of the Las Vegas Aces. I am proud to support the mission of Nevada Donor Network by sharing the need to register to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Right now, over 30,000 African Americans are waiting to receive a life-saving organ. You can help provide hope to those waiting simply by registering to be a hero. Nevadans are giving, and together we can save lives. Join us at wearenevadans.org.
Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneStopRoofShop.com. Commercial or home, we can do what you need. Helping build this community, big or small, there's nothing we can do. We're the most preferred roofer and we're here for you. Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneStopRoofShop.com.
Back to the Stanley Cup playoffs with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Knights trail by 2. 4:30 to go in the third, game 5. Eichel skates in on the right. His centering pass got deflected back out of the zone. Theodore speeds back to get it. Jack Eichel, 2 assists today. 4 points in the playoffs, 4 points in the series, but no goals yet here in the final. Mark Stone gets to a loose puck, sets up Anderson, hands it left. Hanifin shoots, just high. Rebound off the glass, right corner, Jack Eichel. Sets up Hanifin, right goal line, make it Dorothea. Protects it away. Up top, Anderson shoots, save, rebound, swing, and a miss. Eichel had it at his skates and missed the puck. He had a wide open goal, but he couldn't get a stick on it. Puck ends up far corner. Stone leans on his man. Puck goes up the boards and out. 3-on-2 developing for the Hurricanes. Drop pass in the slot. Hall, another drop pass. Blake shoots it wide. Rebound Stankovic. Dorothea goes after him, knocks it loose. 3:35 to go in the third. 4-2 Carolina. Here in game 5, trying to take a 3-2 series lead. Anderson with Hanifin back at their own end. Hanifin coming out of his own zone. Fires forward toward Hounded, intercepted by Miller. He pitches it back in. Hanifin tries again, put it behind this time Theodore. Theodore scans center, rips it ahead. Off Sissons at the center logo, it goes in, but hits the protective netting, and therefore they'll bring the draw back to center. 3:09 to go in the third, and the Knights down by 2.
Vegas trying to get hard out of the net now, and Carolina doing everything they can to keep him in there.
How about the opportunity, Gary, for Jack Eichel on the rebound? The puck was right out in front, just right of the crease. It was there, but Jack could not get his stick down on the puck quickly enough before it skittered by.
Yeah, it's been tough luck for Jack in terms of scoring goals. He made the one early great play to Dorofeev on the power play.
He's got 2 assists today, just for someone who scored 27 goals in the regular season, but has just 2 in the playoffs and 1 in the last 17 games. No doubt Jack would love to find the back of the net in the next 3 minutes, at least once. Knights get the puck in the neutral zone. Here's Mark Stone. Sends it in right corner. Hart goes to the bench for a 6th attacker. Hurricanes get it around and out. Eichel from the bench grabs the puck in front of his bench. Eichel on the ice with Coughlin, Marner, Stone. They get it in. It comes to the stick, though, of Walker, who banks it out. Eichel again at his own blue. Shifting spots with Theodore. 6-on-5 for the Knights, trailing by 2 goals. Eichel's pass broken up at center. Eichel's got to go back deep into his own zone again. Behind the goal with Theodore. And the fans on their feet at Lenovo Center. Eichel gains the red line. Shoots from center wide. Off the far boards, into the air, and it goes out of play. Is it going to be delay of game? I think it is. The 3rd delay of game penalty against the Hurricanes in game 5. And this one comes with 2:13 to go.
Carolina penalty number 27, 2 minutes delay game.
We'll see what Tortorella and Don Bouchard are talking. You put Hart back in net for about a minute while it's 5-on-4.
It's a tricky choice here because there's still a lot of time left. But the Hurricanes, because there's the power play, they can take target practice at the empty net, which you would not necessarily do if it were 6-on-5 because of the risk of icing. Ehlers' second delay of game penalty in this game. Ehlers has been strong in the series. He has 3 assists today. That has 5 assists and 3 goals in the Stanley Cup final. He's up to 7 goals and 10 assists, 17 points in the playoffs. Right behind Taylor Hall for the scoring lead here in the postseason. Carter Hart will stay on the bench with 2:13 to go in the third. Knights need 2 to tie. It will be a 6-on-4 power play for the Golden Knights. They are 1 for 2 in this game.
It'll be Hertl versus Stahl for the draw, and Stahl has been fantastic.
Hertl wins it back to the line. Theodore left point, closing, sets up Eichel top of the left circle. Eichel to Theodore, straight on, he shoots, save, rebound loose in the near circle, comes to the near boards in the clear, goes off a stanchion, and goes into the far corner. Remember, the Hurricanes got an empty net goal on a clear off the sidewall from Ehlers' last game. Eichel carries through, he centers, missed everybody in the slot. Marner takes it off the left boards. Eichel again left corner, up top for Mitch Marner, drifting in the high slot, threw it back door, crossed up Stone. Stone gets it out of the corner. Eichel to Theodore straight on. Theodore shoots, blocked, came right back to Theodore, keeps it in the zone. Theodore looking left, has Eichel outside the left circle to Theodore, one-timer off the right post, rebound Hertl, 2 tries, Bussey stops it off the right post. And Bussey secures it for the whistle with 1:20 to go. And 1:07 on the Knights' power play. That's about as close as it gets. And not scoring. Tomas Hertl was near the right side of the crease. Puck hit the right post. And Bussey prevented Hertl from getting a rebound opportunity. It bounced once. And then Bussey reached down to his left. That's his blocker side. Hertl's redirect hit the right post. He had a couple of cracks at it, but Bussey strong down to his left. It'll be a right circle draw now for the Knights. They keep the same personnel out there. Theodore and Marner up top. Eichel, right circle draw. Stone on the right boards. Dorofeev and Hertl in the slot. Puck goes off a couple of sticks after the faceoff. Comes to Stone near the right goal line. Stone to Dorofeev. Up top, Theodore. Back to the right, Dorofeev shoots, blocked. Puck comes back to to Dorofeev. Trying to dish it low to Stone. It's intercepted and cleared off the near glass. It'll make it all the way down. 45 seconds left on the power play, but a minute to go in the third. Knights trailing 4-2. Here's Eichel ahead. To the line, Dorofeev, 2 goals today. To the outside left Hertl. Dorofeev once more. Pressured out high. Backhands it left for Eichel. Try to stick it in front. Knocked away, and it's cleared towards center. It'll bounce toward the Vegas line. Rush for the puck. Knocked loose. Vegas gets it. 37 seconds to go. Stretch past Marner at the right side of center. Off Dorofeev's stick. Eichel gets it at the logo. 30 seconds to go in Game 5. Knights trail 4-2. Knights get it deep. Around it goes to Stone. All the way out. It got by Stone. And now just inside the line, Hanifin. Bouncer got away from Eichel. It's cleared out to center. It'll make it all the way down with 15 seconds to go. Penalty time expires. It's now a 6-on-5. Vegas needs 2 goals in 10 seconds. Hanifin at the center edge shoots. Turned away by Bussey. Off the near side boards. Cleared back to the line. 3 seconds to go. This one is over. The Carolina Hurricanes take Game 5, 4-2 from the Golden Knights. They trailed 1-0. Scored 4 goals in a row. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. And despite a late push by the Golden Knights, Carolina holds on and takes a 3-2 series lead. 1 win from their second championship in franchise history. They would love not to play another game in this building. They can clinch at T-Mobile Arena on Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock Pacific. They got goals today from Stahl, Svechnikov, Aho, and Svechnikov again. They make a winner once more of Brandon Bussey. Bussey has made NHL history here today. Bussey becomes the first goaltender to make his first 2 career playoff starts in the Stanley Cup Final and win both games. He lost in relief in game number 3. Gave up the double overtime goal to Shea Theodore, but since then has surrendered a total of 5 goals and has won both of his starts. Game 4, he won 5-3. Game 5, he wins 4-2, stopping 22 out of 24 Vegas shots. Bussey and the Hurricanes take Game 5, 4-2.
Well, they're chanting his name right here at Lenovo Center. He has been a massive story now in the series. There was talk about, after he won Game 4, if Freddie Anderson was available, would you potentially go back to Freddie for Game 5? Freddie skated by himself before the morning skate today. Rod Brindamore said everybody is available and still elected to go with Bussey. And Bussey is starting Game 6 without question for the Hurricanes. At the other end of the net, Carter Hart, for the 5th game in a row, has allowed 4 goals against. The goaltending for Vegas, John Tortorella said to you in the pregame interview today, Carter has to be better. It's a repeat performance. He allows 4 goals on 24 shots in this one, and it's become a massive storyline for Vegas. He was tremendous in the latter half of the first round, almost all of the second round. Certainly was in the third round, but Carolina has had his number at least 4 times a game through the first 5 games of this series, and that's not good enough to win a Stanley Cup.
Twice in this series, Carter Hart took a shutout to the third period, but the Hurricanes' urgency and goal scoring in the third has made the difference. Today, each team gets a third period goal, but for the series, Carolina has outscored Vegas 11-4 in the third period, including 2-0 in game number 4. And that turns the tables on the Knights' trademark. They were plus 47 in the third period during the regular season. And coming into this series, they were fantastic. They were outscoring opponents 27-17. Plus 10 through the first 3 rounds. Only here in the Stanley Cup Final has the third period become a bugaboo. Again, the Hurricanes have outscored the Knights 11-4 in the third period. Twice Carter Hart has taken a shutout to the third. But here today he gave up 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the third period. While the Knights could not do nearly as much against Brandon Bussey as they would have liked, the Knights are limited to 2 goals, fewest they have scored in a game since what was a 2-1 victory in Game 4 against the Colorado Avalanche, the closeout game. Since then, the Knights have scored 5, 3, 5, and 3, but today they only got 2, and they lose 4-2. They score 1 power play goal on 3 chances. Carolina got 2 power play goals on 5 chances, including a critical third period power play that was a double minor with Captain Mark Stone in the box, a needless double minor for high sticking. Carolina took advantage of that. Svechnikov's second power play goal of the game. And though the Knights did have a 6-on-4 in the third period, they could not convert. And they do have 1 power play goal in today's game, but they are just 2 for 15 in the series, while Carolina is 6 for 16 in the series.
Vegas has lost the special teams battle the last 2 games in a row for sure. It may be more than that. I know that. They've lost it 3 times in the series.
Yeah, it was even twice. So it was even in Game 1. Vegas was 0 for 3. Carolina was 0 for 2. It was even in Game 3. Vegas was 1 for 2. Carolina was 1 for 2. But in the other games, including today, it was Carolina winning the special teams.
Yeah, last 2 games in a row, and that has played that's a massive storyline in the series now as well. Now, Vegas has trailed in the postseason. They were down 2-1 in the series to Utah. It's hard to remember. It was such a long time ago. This is the best 2 out of 3 now. Vegas has just lost the first one. The other massive story here now is they're without William Karlsson to finish this game. And the only reports we have come from Hockey Night in Canada and ESPN, and they have said that William left the arena to get a further look at whatever injury he is dealing with. So we'll have to wait and see what that develops into. Vegas has depth. They have lots of guys that they could put into the lineup, move move Brett Howden move Brett Howden to center or move Tomas Hertl to center, and then you've got a choice between Riley Smith, Brandon Saad, and Braden Bowman to come back and enter this series if you did need a forward. I don't know if you could, the question has to be asked. Hart has, the head coach said he has to be better, and he gave up 4 in this game, so that wouldn't qualify as better. I don't know if you could bring Aiden Hill into this series at this point. The next game is an elimination game, and that is a difficult spot to put a goalie in. They'll discuss it. I did ask earlier today, if Aiden had been, what was his status in terms of how he was feeling and how he was doing, and the response was he's been an excellent teammate and has worked really hard in practice and taking all the extra shots that he has. So he hasn't played since when?
April 9th.
Early April, right? So
today was the 24th consecutive start for Carter Hart.
So that's a long time ago, and that's again, maybe it's a difficult spot to bring a guy in. I will say this: the last time Aiden Hill came in the middle of a series, he won it, and then he won the next 2 series after that, and wore that Larry Johnson UNLV jersey to the parade on Las Vegas Boulevard.